What up, Whiskey Ginger fans? Welcome back to the show. If it's your first time joining us, welcome to the show. We post every single Friday. Please subscribe, like it, hit the notification, leave a comment, do all the good stuff that keeps this thing rolling in the algorithm. I appreciate every time you guys watch these videos or listen to these podcasts. It means a lot to keep the Whiskey Ginger train rolling. My guest today is Heather McMahan. How funny. Go see Heather McMahan live right now on tour. And also, I'm on tour. Come on, man. Come see me. AndrewSantino.com is where you can get them tickets. We're releasing more cities as we go. Right now, I think there's 16 or 17 that are up there right now. We're going to Cancun for JFL, me and Bobli. Also, Columbus, Pittsburgh, Grand Rapids, Philly, San Diego, Phoenix, Washington, D.C., St. Louis, Kansas City, Chicago, Albany, Portland, Seattle. More to come. And Atlanta's thrown in there as well. You guys, we're adding more dates, so AndrewSantino.com is where you can get those tickets. Once again, AndrewSantino.com. Come see the Tito Cheeto Tour live, baby. Enough rambling. Let's go to the episode.
In here, we pour whiskey, 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 whiskey.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Whiskey Ginger. My guest today is one of my favorite people on earth. I say that for all my guests, but I mean it once again today, Heather McMahan. Yay! Hi.
How are you?
It's great to see you.
Great to see you.
Should we have a little...
We should.
We should have a little something.
We should.
You don't have a preference for...
I really don't. I went to school in Mississippi, and I'm just, I've taken all of the bourbon to the face, all the whiskey to the
What
face.
did you do in Mississippi? What school is there? There's a school there?
University of Mississippi.
There's school
Ole
in
Miss.
Mississippi?
There is. We kind of learned how to read. I
Ole
can read a
Miss.
little bit. Yeah.
Have you seen those videos? You're on TikTok, I know. Have you seen the videos of the little girls that are like, hey, I'm going to text you his name, Hook Maggie's.
I was one of those girls.
Wait,
very proudly.
You did that thing?
Yes, I did. And it's so funny because my friends in comedy and just people in LA in general are like, Heather, you're in a sorority? I was like, yeah, and I fucking thrived. It was.
Did you?
It was the best, yes.
See, I feel like that's torture because somebody just told me, my sister, my little sister, who just turned 30, came to L.A. for an L.A. weekend with her best friend.
Uh-huh.
Man, we treated these brats really well. They got way too much. By the way,
Yeah.
they got treated like they don't deserve what we got. We took them out to fancy restaurants. And anyway, she told me that a girl that she knew would get fined if she missed meetings and stuff like they would send you a physical monetary fine.
Yeah, you did. If you didn't make it a chapter or if you didn't participate in philanthropy stuff, you did get a fine.
Really?
Now listen, when I look back on it, was it paying for friends? Probably. Did
Little
I need
bit.
little bit? Did
Little
I
bit.
need to do that? No, because I
No.
was still popular as hell. But no, it was actually just a ton of fun. People I think have such a different idea about it, but I just had a really great time and drank a lot and then did philanthropy work and
What was this sorority?
Delta Gamma. But see, we were founded at Ole Miss.
The DGs.
The DGs.
The dick grabbers.
Yep, nothing goes down faster than an
The
anchor.
dick-
Yep. Yep. Anchor up, sisters.
You know what though? It's all. I have nothing against them.
Yeah.
I went to Arizona State, but it was a huge Greek.
Huge Greek life.
Yeah, but when I was in school, while I was there, Greek got kicked off of campus. This guy named Michael Crow, who came in as a president. Crow, what a mean name too.
Yeah.
The Crow came in and he cleaned up the school and he wiped out the fraternities because there was a porn company called Shane's World. You can Google this, Shane's World, and they were doing porn on campus on the heels of Girls Gone Wild. Remember,
Right.
that became so viral in the late 90s. Viral, that wasn't a thing yet, but it became so popular that this Shane's World guy was doing this. So he would go to college campuses and make kids have sex with porn stars that are in frats and stuff.
Oh, okay. That was not happening.
These guys were wearing their fraternity stuff. So they got busted. This became part of this big scandal at ASU. And now to this day, you can Google map it, where those houses used to be. Flattened land and they're building buildings there now. It's the weirdest.
So all the fraternities got kicked off?
The houses are gone. You can't. There's no houses on campus. You can still have a fraternity.
Yeah.
But frat houses couldn't be on campus any longer.
So in
You could have it in a private residence somewhere.
In Alabama, they had old school rules. Like at Auburn, they don't have sorority houses because if you gathered...
It's a whorehouse.
Yeah, it's a whorehouse.
I've heard of that. But it is to some degree.
Honestly,
give me your
just a
glass.
bunch of hussies. Yeah.
That is, right? That's an old Southern law. It's like you're
Yeah.
not allowed to have... Do you know the actual terminology for it, whatever it is? I'm going to open up this.
I don't. But, listen, was I slutty in college? Sure was. Am I proud of it? Yeah, a little bit.
Were you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for the most part.
You seem like you might joke about it, but you might not really mean it. Do you understand what I mean by that?
I hear you. I
You
hear you.
seem
I
like
do
you
have a
might
lot of
be-
self-worth though, so like I'm a
Yeah.
confident person. So I do look back on some of the people that I dated in college and I was like, "Oh, what happened there?" You know what I mean?
Like they were total pieces of
Yeah,
shit?
they were pieces of shit. And
Yeah.
I was like cute and kind of had my shit together. But yeah, I don't know. Was I slutty? Maybe not. Maybe I was.
See, I know you weren't.
Yeah, okay.
You seem too smart to be. Don't take a sip before you cheers me. You kidding
yeah.
me?
I'm sorry. I'm
Are
so
you,
sorry.
are you
I'm
kidding me?
sorry. It's
Irish
been a-
law? Irish law.
I know, and I'm Irish. I should
You
know
go to
this.
prison for that.
I know. I'm sorry.
Okay, cheers. This is
Cheers.
some Eagle Rare. Cheers. Look me in the eyes. That's
Yep.
the only way to do it. And then a
Great.
little sip. Little bit of Eagle Rare. Good for the soul.
Oh yeah, it really
I also got you
is.
some ginger ale if you wanted some.
Thanks.
Little
I'd love
ginge.
a little ginger ale.
So wait, I want to know more about your whole story.
Yeah.
We're only familiar with each other via the internet.
We are.
but
yes.
But what's happening nowadays is I feel like I'm getting a better collection of seeing more people that I didn't know much about because of the internet. So while it's a total curse and disgusting,
Yeah.
the blessing is I get to like see people that I'm like, oh, I think that's great. What they're doing is something I would have never seen in my direct circle, or, you know, I just can appreciate more lengths of talent now that I didn't get the opportunity to when we were young in comedy.
Right.
Because you didn't know. Like, unless you saw it in your direct circle, you didn't know what other people were up to, either in different cities or even in different groupings of comedy circles or
Right.
whatever you want to call it.
And I also kind of didn't take a traditional route. Like I was doing stand up in New York and then I moved out to LA and I was doing sketch and improv and I love to wear a wig and do characters and write funny shit. And so I was always writing my own shit. And I was out here and I was auditioning and I was literally like putting in the time, doing the work. And then what was it, 2016. And in 2015, my dad died really suddenly of cancer. And so I was like, I'm going to go home to Atlanta just for a couple months, help my mom and sister figure out what the next step is. And then that turned into like 2 years. And then that's when I was still doing comedy in Atlanta, but because I was there, I started putting everything up on the internet. And it just took off. And like, I was like, fuck this. I don't need to be in New York or LA right now.
Right.
I can be close to family and still do what I love. And then it just spiraled from there. And
Wow.
yeah.
And
it
you're
was great.
still living in Atlanta.
Yeah, so I moved back to New York. I literally go New York, LA, Atlanta. I do this little triangle like every 2
Right.
years. And then my husband and I just moved back to Atlanta during the pandemic. But he's from New York, so I drug a Yankee down south.
Oh, he's from New York. Is he Jewish?
He's not. He's Italian.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, one of the good ones.
Yeah, one of the
I'm kidding. Oh, my God.
hard Italian Catholic.
Yeah?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
What's his first name?
But he does not have an Italian name. It's Jeff Daniels, like the actor.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, but that, you know what? Who am I saying really? My name's Andrew Santino.
Right.
And I look like the map of Ireland, but
Right.
but I'm Italian. But it is actually annoying in the film business or television business when people go, they hear Santino.
Uh-huh.
Every crew guy always has a joke. They're like, well, I thought Santino. I thought I was gonna see, a big
He ate
old wop.
meatballs.
Yeah, big old whoppidoo. It was like, yeah, dude, I'm just a big leprechaun. And
Yeah.
that's the second thing I get because I'm Italian. My Italian side is very tall, big people.
Yeah.
Like my grandmother was a big woman, like big,
Yeah,
tall, and
Jeff's family is, they're
heavy.
all tall.
Huge.
Yeah.
And I'm 6'1" and some change. So every time someone goes, "You're taller than I thought you'd be," because the Irish thing, we always get these little leprechaunous
Yeah.
vibe about it. They think we're little tiny troll people, but there's some of us that got some good blood that mixed right and we're tall.
I'm a good mix. I'm Italian. I'm Scots-Irish. We did like the whole
You were pillaged a lot.
I was pillaged a lot. We
lot.
did the maiden voyage when I was in college. My dad took us to Scotland for a month. Like he wore a kilt, the whole vibe. Of course, it's like that. What is it? Like that Chase commercial where you find out you're more Irish and Italian or Scottish, and there's nothing to do in Scotland in the summer because it's like 40 degrees. And so all we did was just drink heavily with my dad in pubs.
Sounds
Like,
fine.
It was great. It was great. But yeah, I mean, but my mom's like super Italian from Boston, but also she's Italian Irish. It's just, the Italians hate the Irish. It's a whole fucking thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, in Chicago particularly, it's I used to have like, when you do radio. Well, I don't know if you ever did this, but when I used to go on tour and you do like local radio,
Yeah.
and they'd always want setup jokes. And when I was 23 or 24 and I was like really trying to get out there and do shitty rooms and all that stuff, the setup joke I always had that they would always say, that was a radio guy, be like, "Oh, you can't believe you're Italian. You look Irish, da. And I go, this is what happens when an Irish girl tries to get back at her father. She fucks the biggest Italian in town, and you get a full-size leprechaun. And they would all be like, "It's that funny," But it is so true. It's just like, yeah, those two cultures were pushed against each other in the neighborhoods like Chicago, Boston,
Yeah.
New York. So of course you were going to get these. I am a not a rare breed, but Americans tend to think they don't see a lot of Irish talents. They just do. They don't know. I just
Yes.
look so ridiculous. You would never. You just look like a white woman.
And I'll take it. That's
yeah,
fine.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Like a touch German. You know, I've got the broad shoulders and the blonde hair.
Maybe. I don't know. Your face is really nice and symmetrical.
Thank you.
And you're very pretty.
Thank
so I
you.
wouldn't put you in like an ugly immigrant category.
Okay.
Like I can take, they can go, that's an Irish something.
Yeah.
Or a pig from up north. They can see me. They think I'm a pig from way up.
I'm not even that Southern. Like I was born in Georgia, but because my mom's from Boston, but I know how to like put it on if I need to.
Right.
Like especially in LA, I'll put it on sometimes. Like, y'all, I'm so lost. Like at the Grove, and I'll just like get shit for free. That's what it is.
That's
if
what you want.
If you put it on, when I lived in New York, I'd put it on sometime. My mom was like, Heather, the way to find a man is just to go down to Wall Street in like a Kentucky Derby dress with a map, like a physical map, and be like, somebody help me, I'm lost.
That's funny.
And that's how I found my husband. No, I found him in a gay bar, but.
Wait, you've met your husband in a gay bar?
Yes, because he comes from this like super Italian family and his two cousins are brothers and they're both gay and they were like, we want you to meet this girl Heather, she's a blast. And so we went out and it was Jeff and his two gay Italian cousins and he's like 6'3", walked in the bar and I was like, oh, I'm gonna marry him. I just said it out loud.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You knew right away?
I knew right away. Isn't that
Wow.
weird?
Well, no, because the attraction level was probably through the fucking roof.
It was, but when I look back at a photo of, we took like a group photo that night. I mean, this was 10 years ago. He looked terrible.
He was ugly back then? What?
He was just pale, like thinning hair. He looked sick. No, but
We all look like that, us whites.
No. I know we do, but to the point where it was like he looked unwell. You know what I mean?
And you needed to gussy him up a little bit.
Yeah. But there was something about him. He walked in, I was like, well, this is it.
Wow.
It's
What was he missing, you think? Just love?
Yeah, just
I think
love.
when men look ugly, it's probably they're missing love.
But he was still really handsome. It was just a rough night for him, you know?
Oh, he was just
I don't know if he was like, coming off a bender or something. He just looked sweaty and hairless, And
But now you've got him teed up.
Just teed up.
So because you're from the South, are you into like all this chivalry? Do you still want those things to exist? Because that's very Southern sentiment.
Yeah.
That I'm a Northern kid of Chicago to here. I never really felt, my dad's from the South.
Right.
But I never really, but he's from the mountains of North Carolina. So it's like that's.
So that's Appalachian, like.
That's a
weird thing.
Those are weirdos.
That's a weird
Those
thing.
are weirdos.
Yeah.
But they still they preserve when we go down there. You still do get that vibe of very much like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, hold the door and all that. Do you vibe with that stuff or no?
I will never say no to somebody opening the door for me or like a greeting. My big thing is, and Italians do this too, but our big thing is if you come to my house, there's a full fucking spread. Like I have dinner reservations made for 3 weeks.
Food.
I'm going to host you.
Mm-hmm.
I get really uncomfortable when I go into other people's homes and there's not a charcuterie plate out or a sweet treat or a pimento cheese and a toasted crostini. Like I just need that. That's how I was raised.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I still say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am to some,
You do.
my friends' parents, and then they're like, "Oh, Heather, call me Brenda," But I do a little bit.
Do you call them by their first name?
Yeah, I do.
I'm so scared. I'm
Really?
almost 40 years old. I'm still scared of my fucking parents' friends. I call them Mr. and Mrs. by their last names.
What
I
do you
don't
call your in-laws? Do you call them by,
their first
name?
names?
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I do. Only because there's friends that I have that call them mom and dad.
That's
Creeps
never.
me the fuck out.
Creeps me
That's
the
not
fuck
my
out.
mom and dad.
You're not my mom.
That's her mom and dad.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, I don't like that, and I hear that sometimes, and I'm like, what? What? That is. This is also a thing. And look, I don't have kids yet, but people say you'll change. You'll know when you get kids.
Right.
I've said it on here. It's gonna be solid for the rest of my life. My child, boy or girl, will never call me daddy. Ever.
Never call you daddy?
Ever.
All of my friends make fun of me because even my dead father, I called him daddy.
Yeah.
And literally my girlfriends fucking roast me. Because my mom says it in like a Boston accent, like, Heather, daddy or your father. And so she would always call him daddy.
Right.
So then, therefore, I was
Yeah, she called him daddy. That's
called
how
him
you
daddy,
got made.
But then
That's
I
how
would
you
call
got
him-
made.
It's so fucked up. I
Yeah.
should talk to somebody about it. But yeah, sometimes when I'm talking to my sister, I'm like, remember how daddy would do such and such? And it's fucking weird.
It's
You're
weird.
right. I'll accept it. I'm owning it.
But you know what? I get this love for when girls call dad daddy.
Yeah.
I get it. Like my mom did that, I think, to her dad. And I get it, but there's a piece of me that because times have changed and the verbiage of things has changed, and
Right.
the way we say stuff, the meanings of it, daddy is just, it's gone. We lost the innocence of daddy.
We did, but I would never call my husband daddy. I would never be like, daddy.
In a private way, maybe?
No, not even like a sexual way. I'm never going to be like, daddy, come over here. Give me that dong. Like,
He
no.
might like it.
He might.
He might really like it. You never know.
I don't know, because right now he's living in my dead father's house. Like we moved,
Oh.
yeah, we moved in and like took over the McMahan compound. So that might be weird for him if I'm like daddy and he knows that like my father's ghost could be in there.
Don't say
Yeah.
that. Yeah, looming above.
Yeah, yeah.
As a comedian, do you feel like you have to kind of take the piss out of your father being gone because there's no other way to like, or you don't seem like someone who sits in sadness.
I don't. And actually, well, like the tour that I'm doing right now, the last like 20 minutes is all stories about my dad dying, like the specific things that happened to him dying,
Oh, wow.
because it was so fucking insane. So no, I find it very cathartic to talk about it. And like I did his eulogy at his funeral and roasted him, and it was just like I fucking crushed. So no, we're not a sad family. Like even
Right.
at the funeral, we were just giggling. I don't know, like what else is there to do?
It's hard. You know, it's hard when like the big dog of our family is my grandfather, who I based like my entire life on. Like he was the funniest dude I ever knew. He was a Chicago firefighter.
Yeah.
Like a vet. Like everything about him was cooler than anything I could ever become.
Right.
So when he died, it was miserable. I was sad. I didn't really know how to feel. I walked around fucking West Hollywood for like 5 hours one afternoon. I remember just walking and walking. And, you know, like, I wish I could have had a video camera recording me walking by, like, being somber, walking by, like, Hamburger Mary's with, like, you know what I mean? Like, fucking drag Tuesday bingo or whatever. People are shaking
just-
fucking big tits.
and you're
the
just
sad
weeping.
dead
Yeah.
grandpa. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But that whole idea, like, no, people were kind of somber in their vibe, but we all had to fuck around about it. We always, joking about him was the only way, because all he did was joke. He joked around a lot. That was
Yeah.
his whole thing. And the only time he lost it was when he was on his way out. Like, did your father have a sense of humor or no?
Oh, absolutely. On his deathbed, he was just fucking ripping jokes. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. And the thing is, too, I love a cancer joke now because my dad died of cancer. But
Which one?
Just all of them. Which cancer?
Yeah.
I was like,
Your
which
dad had all the
cancer joke?
cancers?
Actually, he did. You know what was wild? From the day of diagnosis to the day of death, it was one fucking week. So he had pancreatic cancer, but we didn't know. And he went in and they misdiagnosed him with like diabetes. I mean, the guy was a large Southern man, but he was like, you know,
Yeah.
didn't have diabetes. And then so it turned out it was like pancreatic that had metastasized, spread to his liver, his stomach, all this shit. But it was a week. So like I didn't go through that process of like, okay, we have a fighting chance with chemo. We're going to do this or that. So
Right.
I'm just savage. And then other people will come to me and, you know, like in this cancer world. And it's kind of funny because people will sometimes try and one-up each other with like what they had to go through with watching their parent pass. I'm like, we had one fucking week, fuckers. It was done.
Right.
I'm glad he went quickly. Like, thank God.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't have put up with his ass.
Well,
And I love him. And he would have been like, take me out. You know what I mean? If
Right.
that's the way it had to be, I'm glad that he went quickly and not in a ton of pain. So.
well, I feel like that's the best way. We've talked about it on the show before. Sometimes people are like, why do you have to talk about death? Because
Oh,
it's
God.
fucking real.
Because it happens.
Because it happens.
Rick.
That's right, Rick. You're going to die,
Rick,
dick.
you're going to get pancreatic cancer. Buckle the fuck up.
A guy typing right now named Rick is like, oh my,
my
God.
God.
No, but I feel like I always ask people, what's your preferred way?
What's my preferred way?
Like, what would be if you're like, I want to die in this peaceful way, this is my way to go. Where is it? I don't want to know when. I'm not saying it, don't be an omen of your future, but like,
Yeah.
Because
Probably a boat crash in the Turks and Caicos.
that makes perfect sense for you.
I go down to the Turks and Caicos. I ride this very sexy boat called the Mamba, and I just do my thing. And I'm usually very drunk on that boat. I
Oh,
know the
yeah.
captains well, but maybe they take a sharp turn when I'm, 94 and I'm going for a sunset cruise. I hit my head on a rock. It's over.
Good
I'd be
night.
fine with that.
yeah.
And then, my funeral will be in the Turks and Caicos. You'd have a calypso band, rum runners at the funeral.
Blum, 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 blum.
Fucking dream
Heather
come
is
true.
Dead. Heather is dead. Blum, 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 blum.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's great.
Is your husband there?
Yeah, I will outlive him.
You will.
Oh, yeah, so he actually
No, he's
falls
gone.
off. Yeah.
He's gone. He fell off the
Yeah,
boat.
he fell off the boat. Yeah, he
This
died.
is it.
No, he died a couple years ago.
Before, right.
And I'm there with my young boyfriend.
Ooh, how old is he?
Not too young. So if I'm in my 90s,
60?
60.
Yeah.
Can still get it up, but
Like he just sold his company for like $16 billion.
absolutely.
And he's like, Heather, let's go. Oh, right. He's foreign, isn't he?
Oh, for sure. He's like
not
a real
American.
Italian.
Oh,
Because my
yeah.
husband's American Italian, but I want
Right.
like real Italian, you know?
Is that what they sound like?
That's how they sound like.
Real Italian.
Real Italian.
Heather,
Mamma mia.
let's go for a cruise.
Yeah.
And you go for a little cruise.
Uh-huh.
You know what happens? He drops his glasses off the boat and he goes to grab them. As he goes down, boom,
Yep.
he's dead, right?
Uh-huh.
You're on the boat and you're like, well, I'm not leaving. I'm partying in Turks and Caicos.
Listen, I got to finish these drinks.
Yeah, I got to
Uh-huh.
party. So
Uh-huh.
you're 94, and then you subsequently meet your unfortunate untimely death
Yeah.
because you were partying too hard at 94. You're getting ripped.
Tops off. Tits
out.
out.
Tits out.
Tits out, pina coladas down the areolas, and then I fall off the boat and hit my head. Honestly, writing that down on the vision board.
Cheers.
You know? Cheers.
I feel like that's the way to do it.
It's got to be. How do
Mine's
you want to
less,
die?
just crossing the street one day. I just
Oh.
want to have a heart attack in the middle of a major intersection. And I want everyone to I want everyone's lives to stop and be inconvenienced by my art.
Like a school bus full of children has to witness this as well? Okay.
Yeah. I just want a major, like a 4-lane intersection
Uh-huh.
to just have to stop. Their whole lives are put on pause because of me.
Traffic backs up.
Yeah.
All of it.
People get out
are
of the
late.
car. They get out of the car. What the
Yeah.
fuck's going on? That thing. And I'm in the middle of there, and they're
Yeah.
trying to save me. And some guy's like, "Fuck you, asshole! He's dying."
Yeah.
Guy's like, "I gotta go." I want that. I want chaos during my death.
I hear you.
Yeah.
See, I want a search crew. They have to go then find my body.
Right.
You know?
Right. But yours is luxurious. It's in Turks and Caicos.
It is. It is very luxurious.
Mine's in fucking Sherman Oaks. Mine's gonna be a shitty, weird
Yours
valley
is around
death.
the corner.
You know what
a
I want?
weird valley
I want
death.
It, I want it way north. You know what I want it? I want it
What?
like by Six Flags. I want it way up
Oh,
north.
yeah.
Valencia.
Like Chatsworth.
By the outlet malls or something. Right.
Oh, honestly, I thrive in a fucking outlet mall.
You
I will
do?
never pay for anything full price.
Good for you.
And I don't know if you're like this now, like with a certain level of celebrity. Like I never have to go to like a CVS because I just get toiletries sent to me free.
Well, Amazon.
all the time. Well,
Amazon, by the way, for me, it's like I don't think I've ever left. I don't think I leave the house. Period.
I don't, but it's just I get free shit sent to me. Like
You get free,
all day.
because you're a babe. You get babe stuff.
I get babe stuff.
You get cool like makeup and hair stuff.
All of it.
Guys don't get any of that stuff.
You don't?
Yeah, but what do I need from CVS besides just poop paper and?
Yeah.
That's all I get really. Poop paper, soap. None of that stuff.
Well, if you want some free stuff, just let me know what you want and I'll get it sent to you.
Am I pretty enough?
You are pretty enough. You're
All
a gorgeous
right,
redhead.
Send it to me, will you? Don't
Yeah.
flirt with me while your husband is listening, all right?
I won't. I
What does he
promise.
do? He's not in the business.
No, thank God.
You don't
no.
have to talk about him if you don't want
No,
to.
it's fine. I talk about Jeff all the time. Hey, honey. No, Jeff is in real estate, but he's technically, I guess, retired right now and just plays golf full time.
Hell yeah, Jeff.
Because he said he was going to wait for the market to cool down, whatever the fuck that means.
No, he's got a strategy.
He does have a strategy.
I'm a golfer too, so I sympathize with Jeff's
I
plight.
am too. We got to play. We talked about
I know
this.
we have to go, but you know what? Daddy's got
a bad back.
I have a herniated disc
Oh,
right now. I'm
fuck.
dealing with a hernia right now in my.
Where is it? The L5?
L4, L5, S1.
Oh, you're fucked.
I'm all over the place.
You really are.
I know. I don't know what to do.
And I got sciatica.
I do down my
I
leg
have-
right now.
Yep.
So I go to physical therapy twice a week now. The guy's very nice. The only problem with stuff like this is now if you do get recognized at stuff, which, this is like champagne problems and people at home are like,
Right.
fucking cares. But it is a little weird because when you're in the medical world and people recognize you, it's kind of strange because they do want to talk to you a little bit about if they know you.
Right.
So that's weird for him to like work out and he'd be like, let's do 10 of these stretches. Also, what's going on? What are you working on? And you're
Yeah.
like, I don't want to fucking
You know what's weirder? Getting waxed. Having somebody basically inside of you.
digging in your bush.
Digging in. Or like my gyno and I are very close. And I just went through like freezing my eggs. So like my entire fertility team, they were, they
and
know
they're all
everything.
fans.
And they're all fans. And this is a crazy thing. When you go to freeze your eggs, nobody tells you what you're doing. And I had to do it. I want kids, but maybe not tomorrow.
Sure.
And so I knew I was going to be touring and shit. So I was like, let's do it now. But then I found out that I had like a low fertility. So then they were like, bring the specialists in. They're like, okay, we got to get these eggs while we can. They send you home with a batch of fucking drugs. They do not tell you how to do it, how to mix it. I'm like, I have a theater degree from the University of Mississippi. Like, there's no way that I know how to do this. So
There wasn't a prerequisite about freezing your eggs in the theater? They
No,
didn't know-
there
yeah.
wasn't.
No,
It's
they
some
didn't teach you that.
bullshit. Yeah.
They should.
And so I was talking about it on my podcast one day, and one of the nurses was listening, and because I was pre-batching the drugs, like Walter White, like I would just pre-batch all the syringes, because you have to give yourself like 5 shots a day, and then I put them in the fridge. So it didn't work the first round. So the nurse listened to my podcast, and the doctor calls me and she's like, I don't know who the fuck you are. Like, I don't know that you do comedy, but you were doing this completely wrong. So if I didn't talk about it out loud, I would have had no idea to do it again because I had done it wrong the
Thanks
first
for
time.
the information,
Yeah.
lady. Why
Yeah.
the fuck wouldn't they tell you how to do it?
Exactly. They
Yeah.
send you home with a pamphlet, but again,
And by the way, this isn't cheap. This isn't like fucking.
No, it's very
That's
expensive.
what's annoying is the idea of everything around fertility
Mm-hmm.
is kind of like nobody knows, nobody talks about it. It's kind of like a dirty little secret in some degree.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking expensive, and they treat it as if like, well, whatever.
Yeah.
Like what? It's fine. We'll figure it out. It's like no, what the fuck? I get they don't care because they deal with it. It's such a high volume. It's almost like when you go to the ER.
Right.
An ER doctor is like gushing blood out of your face, and you're like, help. And the ER doctor's like, come on, right
Yeah.
this way. They've
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
it a billion times.
Right.
So I get it, but it is also weird in the health world. No one really tells you about, like, I had to go get to go see if I could swim.
Yeah, and how was that for you? Did you have to go to the clinic or did you jack up at home?
I jacked at the clinic. They asked me to jack at the clinic because they say it's
fresher.
Well, the guys are they're still their arms are loose.
My husband had to test it at first. He did it at home, and then he texted me, and he literally he had to put the little jar. And it's hard for people that don't know. You can't. You have to be. It's got to be a dry rub.
Yeah.
And
can't put any lotion.
Can't put any lotion on, and then on top of that, you have to basically like catch it in the cup because the tip of your dick can't touch the cup.
That's right.
And so
it's playing operation. You have to play operation with your penis in the cup.
Exactly.
Right.
So he texted me. He's like, "Secured the bag, babe," and like took a photo of him like walking. And I was like, "I hate you. I will not have children with you."
I love this guy.
He's great.
I love this guy.
We'll play golf.
Yeah.
You'll love him.
By the way, that's the move. He wanted to tell you it worked.
Yeah.
Because it is it's hard to do anyway because you're thinking about it.
Yeah.
And jerking off masturbation should never be a time when you're like thinking about how and what the best way to come and where and like, is this the best load? Am I giving them the best sample size?
Right.
All that stuff should never enter your mind.
Yeah.
But it does. And mine was at the clinic. It was annoying. And there were these two Latino girls at the front desk who I know were making fun of me.
No, here's the thing. This is the thing. All the men who walk in, like when you're walking into these fertility clinics, there'll be like 40 women there because you have to go every single day to get your blood drawn while you're doing it. And these guys walk in and they all feel that way, like, oh, everyone's looking at me. Nobody gives a fuck. Most of the women in there are like, fuck my husband, fuck this guy. I'm on hormones. I'm raging. Don't touch me. I'm sweaty. Like my tits hurt. I don't want to be near you.
Right.
So while you were projecting that, they didn't give a fuck.
Well, I can tell you, you may be right in most scenarios.
Yeah.
I was the only person in this place. It's closing.
Yeah.
It's 4 p.m.
Oh.
They close at 4:30.
And did you take like 25 minutes to jack off?
I sure did.
Oh, yeah.
I waited till right. It was like 3, 2, 1, and then I went.
In here, we pour whiskey.
Hey, dogs can be a real mystery. I've got a puppuccino of my own. The Cubster Pubster love her to death. Read all about her. They can be a true mystery. And Embark has found a way to help you find their past. Embark is the best way to start decoding your dog. It's your dog decoded. It allows you to learn about the pup's breed, ancestry, health, traits, and even find your dog's relatives. Come on! Your dog's family could be out there somewhere out there in a land I don't know. I remember it. Embark detects over 350 breeds and screens for over 200 plus genetic health risks so you can know how to best care for your pup and create a training and health plan. I think this is incredible. We sent our info out for our puppuccino. We found out that she's Maltese Cocker Spaniel, Poodle Terrier. She's got a lot of different breeds inside of there. And the health risks too, which is something to look out for. Things that can make your dog not be so good later in life, and certain things that they're allergic to and what they don't want to eat. They take a dog swab and analyze at a lab facility. And at the lab, they extract your pup's DNA and run it in a custom-built genetics chip, which is a proprietary DNA microarray that collects over 200,000 genetic markers. It produces an incredibly detailed view of the dog's genome, which Embark runs through their bioinformatics pipeline. They even have world-leading canine geneticists on staff to make genetic discoveries to help reach their mission of ending preventable diseases in dogs. That's incredible. Come on, man. Your dog's results be delivered online with no hassle. They'll even provide a printed report, which is a PDF that can be downloaded and printed. That's pretty cool, man. Learn your dog's inner secrets with Embark, the highest-rated dog DNA test. Right now, Embark has an offer for their breed and health kit, and our listeners can get it right now. Go to embarkvet.com to get free shipping and save $50 off your Embark breed and health kit with promo code WHISKEY. Visit embarkvet.com and use promo code WHISKEY to save $50 today. Find out your dog's past. Hey, everyone's trying to get in shape all year round. We're trying to do it. Post-COVID is still, our bodies are flubby. We need to fix it. CoPilot is a one-on-one fitness and nutritional experience that pairs you with a dedicated coach to form lasting lifestyle changes. Your coach will provide unlimited personalized workouts, nutrition guidance, and constant contact to keep you on track while being 100% remote. That's the best part. Use this incredible app. I got an Apple Watch. CoPilot coordinates everything through the app, and the Apple Watch can tell you everything you need to know, how to do the workouts. And my friend Olivia, who I work with on there, my purse trainer. You can say that now, you're fancy. My personal trainer. Olivia helps me through all sorts of different workouts, including stretches, because right now, I have a back injury, so it's kind of great to work with Olivia and learn what I should be doing, what I shouldn't be doing, my swim schedule, my run schedule. I think it's pretty amazing what CoPilot's done. If you've never tried this out, you really should. Download the CoPilot app, and if you have a smartwatch, It'll upload it there, and you can hear her talk right through the watch into your ear. It is pretty incredible. They believe that everyone deserves the opportunity to live a healthy life, and real lasting change is achieved through a series of small daily choices that stack up to a lifelong habit. And that's much easier to make those choices with a CoPilot coach by your side. Get yourself a CoPilot today. Whiskey Ginger listeners can try it for free. You try it for free today. Get 14 days of free training and coaching by using this link, mycopilot.com/whiskeyginger. Go to mycopilot.com/whiskeyginger. Try it out for free.
Ginger. I like gingers.
But no, these two women were very mad that I went that late. But my doctor had said, let's run the tests just to see, for the future. Let's run the test to see what you're like. And I had no time to go because I was touring and doing this other thing. And then it was like, this was the only day.
Yeah.
So they called over and my doctor was like, hey, can you hold a spot? They were pissed about that. You know what I mean? I went into the restaurant right before they closed the kitchen.
You got special treatment to go jack off.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go.
I got a doctor's note.
There you go.
I'm supposed to be here to come, please? And yeah, they were so annoyed. You could feel she was like, and then also they had noise machines. Like, what? Do you have white noise machines at your house?
Yeah.
They have them everywhere in the jack off area. Well, you've never been because you don't.
I
go
didn't
over there.
know. I didn't go there.
But they click them on.
Yeah.
And it's weird because at some point you are jerking off with in the background. That's more distracting for some reason than hearing the cricks and creaks of the real world.
And what did you do? Did you bring in your own porn? Were you just like YouTubing this?
iPhone.
Yeah, iPhone. There you go.
Well, because they ask you if you want porn, and you're like, I'm not going to touch anything.
I don't want a magazine
No.
that a million other men, and they're like
Yuck.
old, and they're a
Ugh.
little sticky, crusty.
I
Yeah.
looked through their DVD collection.
Yeah.
Nothing was good.
Nothing was good.
It was all old school porn. Back when, that was when porn was normal, when it was like.
But see, that's what I like.
I like regular porn.
I like old school. Give me a
No.
little vintage porn. It's getting too wild.
Yeah, it is. It's out of control.
And now
isn't it?
everything always says like young teen. I'm not clicking on that, even if I know they're adults.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I
Right.
don't want anything even on my browser that ever seemed that there was something young.
What
Like,
if it
that's-
says old bitch? Old dude, old bitch.
Let's fucking go.
That's your favorite.
Yeah.
Geriatric porno.
Geriatric, just two sensible
Yeah.
people, two sensible senior citizens.
Well, you know what? It's all consensual. It's in the same age range. I
and
get
you're
it.
like, they still got it. You're excited
Right.
for them.
Right.
Yeah, it makes me
That
horny.
it is really funny that the social rules about sexuality are so odd about youth, and the irony is that most porn you open up, you're like, these are 20-year-olds, 19-year-olds,
And
all of them.
I'll tell you what, you can poll most women. Any porn where it starts off where the girl starts giving the guy head, I'm immediately like, next, roll through it.
Yeah, you're out of it.
I want to start my own porn company for women, and it's just nobody gets a blowjob.
It's called Nobody Gets a Blowjob.
Nobody gets a blowjob.net, launching next month. And we give blowjobs. Great. I love it, but I
Yeah.
don't. I
don't.
don't want to watch somebody else give somebody a blowjob.
Now, why is that? It's because it's annoying.
It's annoying. It's always this like creepy, greasy guy who's just like, oh, Amanda, and she's
Yeah.
always named Amanda, and it's a fucking
Always.
thing. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see.
I get that. In fact, as a guy, I really fast forward through the blowjob part.
Yeah.
It is always the same formula. It's a really nice formula. It's like how they make pasta. You know what's coming, It's
do.
always blowjob goes down.
Maybe a 69.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Then it's mish. They go to mish first.
Uh-huh.
And then they do doggy. Then they do
Come on the tits.
come on the tits. Then they come on the tits. That's
And that's it.
ABC.
And
And by the way, that math has worked for a long time.
it
in
really
porn.
has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're going to make your own porn company
Yeah.
now, what's your trick? What's your selling point? How do you think you can crack into the business?
Well, it's definitely going to be catered to women. So it's going to be attractive men, Like I identify as a lumbersexual. Like I like a man with chest hair,
A man.
beard.
You like a
I like a man.
Yeah.
Again, that's another thing. The men in porn are too smooth. And I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
hating on a hairless cat, but that's not my go-to.
Right.
You
You
know
want
what I
a
mean?
fluffy dog.
Yeah, you want a man who just seems like he'll do something with you.
What does that mean? Like he knows how to handle you?
Yeah, he could
physically?
handle you. He could maybe save you in a
Oh.
situation, a car fire.
Right.
Keep you warm. I don't know, just real men, not
Yeah.
these like just slim. They're always too slim.
They're very
slender,
skinny.
They're skinny and slick, and I don't trust it. You know,
But skinny guys kind of sometimes have big pipes. That's the problem.
but that doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I'd rather just a lot of
so
lot
you
of
don't
muscle.
care about the pipe.
No, not really.
It's got to be functioning.
It's got to be functioning. You got to know what to do.
Right.
There's a lot more elements to it, and I have a tiny
Yeah.
vagina, so
You do. I
Yeah.
did read a blog about that. Heather McMahan's
No,
tiny vagina.
I actually just have a tiny urethra. Also, I'm really not this. Whatever. We're having fun.
Yeah.
It's great. I'm just waiting for like my mother-in-law to be like, I listened to that podcast, but fuck it. No, I have a tiny urethra, which is your pee hole.
Is that real?
You know, literally, my doctor told me, my urologist was like, hey, just a heads up, you have a tiny pee hole. So I'm like,
Really?
if Jeff does get hit by a bus tomorrow and I do have to go back out on like Raya or Bumble or any of that shit, it'll be like, Heather McMahan, comedian, Pisces, you know, loves her French bulldog, tiny urethra. I think it's a pretty good calling card.
Yeah, it actually is. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, I feel like that's swipeable or whatever that is. Did you go?
It's very
before you
swipeable.
met Jeff?
Yeah.
We'll move away from all the
Yeah.
stuff that's going to make your mother-in-law mad.
No, I don't care.
Before you met him, were you
Yeah.
on all the apps?
No, so we've been together a really long time. I did 1 week of Match.com. So I've been with Jeff for like
school.
10 years.
Okay, cool.
And I was so bored by it that I let my mom run my Match.com account. And I swear to God, I was living in New York. She would swipe on these guys or whatever.
Right.
And then she's like, Heather, I set you up with a date tonight. I'm like, okay, great. I'll just do this. Like, it was almost like a joke to myself.
That's kind of fun, though.
It was, but then I realized that my mom wasn't zooming in on her iPad, and the guy that she'd set me up with had no legs. Like, and listen, I would love to go out on a
Bring
date.
him legs on the first date.
It's just really hard when you're in New York City to get
Yeah.
around.
How are you getting around?
How you getting around? And I was like, oh God, I know
Where did
that's
you ask
awful.
him to go? You're like, let's go to a rooftop.
We didn't
You want to go to? I have a walk up in Brooklyn.
exactly.
I have a third-story walk
Yeah,
up.
we didn't end up going on the date because I also then realized he was far much older than me too. I was like, God damn it, Mom! You got to zoom in and put on your glasses when you're doing the matches.
Find out if he's got legs. Ma.
Find out if he has freaking legs.
By the way, to all the legless people out there,
we support you
I
and we
hope
love
you
you.
get dates.
Yeah.
And I hope you deserve just what everybody else deserves. It's also hard to not. That should be the first. If he took himself serious, if he didn't take himself serious, he would write, "Got no legs."
Yes, and that was it. I realized that this was not going to be something where we could show up day one, giggle about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I could just already tell it was a very serious profile.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
See, and yeah, see that, and then it gets in that world of was it like a veteran accident thing, or was he like born that way?
And he was like 47. And at the time I was 22. And I'm like, Mom, I think this is a little too, now this is getting creepy for me. Yeah.
That's not for you.
It's not for me.
But you
No.
but you fell in love the right way. Then you met him
Yeah.
on a whim through two gay friends.
Which you can trust. You know what I mean?
You can trust two gay men to introduce you to people.
Yeah. And he walked in. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to marry him. And we had a mutual girlfriend. And she was like, Jeff? Like my buddy Jeff? I'm
But
like,
she didn't like Jeff.
oh, no, she did. She grew up with him, but she's just like, what? Like,
Yeah, your brother kinda
It's a
type
very,
of
yeah,
thing.
it's a very wild thing to turn to your friends and be like, that's who I'm going to marry and say it with conviction. And then the rest of the night, we chit-chatted and then he ghosted me for 4 weeks and because he didn't think I liked him. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't
Well,
real-
you didn't sound like at the beginning. You're like this pale, thin-haired goob. It didn't
He's
sound like
unwell.
you. Yeah.
I also can't tell when people are flirting. I don't know why, but like I do not pick up on it ever.
Why?
I don't know. I
You
just
don't have that radar.
I know when I'm flirting hard, but I just can't pick up on it. Like I was on a flight flying here from Austin the other day. This man asked for my number on the flight. I wear a wedding ring, didn't think anything of it, and I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll give you my number." I was innocent. I did not think about it. And then my
You
friend,
gave him the guy that you gave him
I
the number.
gave him my number.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
But he just was like, "Can I have your number to hang out?"
Yeah, he was like, "Do you want to go work out?" I don't want to work out. He was an Olympic swimmer.
Oh, he was.
He was an Olympic swimmer, but from a different country. And we just started chatting. He's like, hey, if you ever want to go work out in LA, I'd love to take you. Like, I own a gym. So I just thought maybe he was like trying to do a wellness check, like help me with my lifestyle. I
Sure,
don't know.
sure. You're easy to kidnap, aren't you?
So easy.
I feel like we could get you in a van today.
So easy. I'm so trusting.
We can get you down to Mexico overnight.
Very
You'd be
easy.
selling chiclets in the street for our cartel.
But the funny thing is, when I was about to study abroad, my sister and I were studying abroad at the same time. She was going to London, I was going to Italy, and the movie Taken had just come out.
Ooh.
And my dad my sister's a very tiny, petite little munchkin, looks like a Kourtney Kardashian, and I'm a tall woman, and my dad sat her down and was like, literally like, okay, I'm gonna track you, this is what you need to do, this is how to be safe, this is Mace. Basically making her do like Israeli army drills in the yard. And I was like, Dad.
That's dope.
Yeah, I'm like, Dad, what the fuck? You haven't said a single thing to me. He's like, Heather, come on. It takes 7 Italian dudes to throw your ass in the back of a van. I'm not fucking worried about you. He's like, you're solid as a rock. I was like, all right, thank you.
He knew you could fight.
Yeah, you knew I could fight.
Your little tiny sister can't fight.
She can't fight.
She needs help.
She does.
You
Yeah.
could scrap up. Did you ever get into a fight? I feel like you might have gotten into one fight.
Can I tell you? I'm a big pussy.
Really?
No, because it's not worth it. I know my power. I'm great at lifting heavy furniture. I know that if I actually went scrappy head to head with another broad,
Yeah.
she'd be lights out.
Yeah, you'd smoke them.
And I don't want to do that.
Right.
Because I'm worried about litigious things like lawsuits.
Right. You're not, especially when now you're getting really successful. You don't
Yeah.
want that fucking thing on your shoulders.
I don't need a TMZ situation. I'm fighting in a nightclub.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need
That's,
that.
that's honestly, you're right. That's smart. But you do seem like you got it in you that maybe in college a bitch could have said something wrong to you and you'd have been like,
But I think when you're funny, you can disarm people in a different way.
that's true.
You know, did you fight a lot?
I did.
I mean, you have red hair, so I feel like you probably fought a lot.
I did. When I was a kid, I did.
Yeah.
They call me Slugger Santino because I would fight a lot as a young kid. I
Yeah.
would fight like constantly.
Yeah.
I got kicked out of a Catholic school for
Oh.
fighting
Okay, good for you.
because I hit a guy, punched a guy in the face. I just didn't.
Has he come back for money now?
He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. No, you know what's so funny is I fought a lot when I was very young
Uh-huh.
because it was like my instinct. I learned how to be funny
Mm-hmm.
when I was a kid from instances like that. And then I learned how much faster I was than everybody else. I was like, I'm so much funnier and faster than these guys. So if they said anything to me, I would shit on them and it really hurt their feelings.
Right.
And that was the gap time of no more aggressive fighting.
Right.
And then I was in college and it was a defense mechanism for bro shit.
Yeah.
Guys are just fueling with testosterone
Right.
and you're just an asshole and you're dumb and you're drunk. So I would do it a little bit in that era.
Right.
But then ever since then, I'm not gonna, like the first time I ever went on a date with my old lady, we were at I'll never forget, we were at Q's in Santa Monica, use an old pool hall bar. And this guy bumps into her and it was literally like our, not first date, but like on that time period of first dating when you're like, this is really new.
Right.
This guy bumped into her and I was like, hey man, come on. Like say excuse me. Like it was really fun. And he was shit-faced. And as I saw him turn around, I was like,
Fuck, here we go.
great, because he's blacked out.
Right.
He doesn't know that I'm just trying to be a normal guy. Be like, hey man, say excuse me. And his buddy grabs him. His buddy's like, sorry about that, dude. His buddy was being very nice. It was like, sorry, man, he's fucking out of it. I go, it's no big deal. And then the guy's, now it's a big deal because he knows his buddy's going to be there as like a buffer. Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you're saying.
So he's
yeah.
like using his buddy. He's like, no, fuck
Yeah.
you, man. And then I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
You're like,
it's
God damn it, I
escalated."
have to do this right now.
Right. I wanted to grab him if he was sober enough to be like, I don't even know if I like this girl
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
I'm not going to fight you over this girl. I
Yeah.
don't know if this is going to last. I don't want to get teeth.
But if I don't, then I know I won't get a second date.
Right.
So I'm going to have to fucking fight you
Right.
now.
So I had to keep the aggression going because
Yeah.
that's the male ape, like, ooh,
Yeah.
I had to. But also the balance of like, don't make me fight this guy.
Don't make me do
please.
it.
I don't even know if this may be a date over already.
I might get a hand job in the Camry and then it's a wrap.
Hyundai, but
Yeah,
max,
Hyundai.
max. You know I was pushing that Sonata.
Yeah.
I pushed that bitch
Hell yeah.
around town.
I still love a Jetta. I've had
Yeah.
a Jetta. I've upgraded, obviously, but that Jetta, I will never get rid of it.
You got to keep it.
You got to keep it
You've had a Jetta for how long?
forever.
Was it like your first car?
Well, no, it was just my first. No, I've had a couple cars, but I bought it like probably 6 years ago, and it
Yeah.
was that one where I was like, "This is it," you know.
That's the vibe.
That's the vibe, and I'm going to keep that Jetta.
Were you a Jetta girl in college?
I wasn't. I was. I was a BMW girl.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I had an older BMW.
They say that, but still,
Uh-huh.
it was a what year?
Well, fuck. When was I in college? 2005.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was probably I don't know, 2001.
Yeah. An old.
I was
yeah.
that girl.
One of those historic BMWs.
One of those historic BMWs at the University of Mississippi in my sorority.
But is it
Yeah.
because did Dad have good coin?
He did. Yes.
Yeah.
Dad did have good coin, but
Yeah.
because I went to Ole Miss and it was so cheap, he was like, "All right, I'll get you what you want."
That's nice.
Yeah. And I was a good kid.
You seem like your energy is through the roof. Like you've got this
Really?
vibe about you that's very positive.
Oh, good.
You just
I
have a
like that.
good your inside is warm and real.
Thank you. I am a very joyful person.
Yeah.
And I feel like and I don't want to, I don't know.
I'm dark as night.
But see, I can be really dark. But
Yeah.
my day to day is very joyful. Like things don't really bother me.
That's wonderful.
You know, like
Why
even
do
when
you
my
think-
dad
why
died,
do
I
you
was
think
like,
that
"Oh,
is?
all right, what are we gonna do? You know, I mean, I love him. I talk about him on stage all the time, but I'm
Yeah.
like, we will be okay. You know, he's here in spirit.
Are you trying to find love for your mother now?
I am, and let me tell you, that's a fucking shit show.
It's hard, huh?
It is so hard. And my mom was 11 years older than my late father, so she was an original
Oh.
cougar before cougars were a
Ooh.
thing. Uh-huh.
What predates Cougar? She was pre-Coug,
She was pre-coug. They met in Miami.
a mountain lion.
Yeah, they met in Miami in like this late 80s or early 80s. I mean,
What color hair does she have?
she has red hair.
She does?
She's a fucking fox. Now, if any of your listeners are listening and they have a well-to-do uncle, father, stepdad, or whatever,
Right.
who is looking for love, my mom's already had the love of her life, but she likes to travel. You know,
She needs to party now.
She needs to party. She wants to be international.
Give me the age range for mom.
She's 73, but she doesn't want anybody over 75.
Okay, so we're talking 60
60 to
to
70.
70.
Yeah, 60 to 70.
60 to 70. Guys,
Yeah.
if you're out there,
Yeah.
we're going to put up right here, just below,
Yeah.
we'll put her home address, phone number, and
Yep.
social security number.
And she would love if you showed up.
Show up.
I asked her, I was like, Mom, are you ready to you seem like you're really jonesing to get out there. And she's like, my vagina's not dead. Like, she's ready to go.
That's
I'm like,
amazing.
good for you.
She's 75. She's ready to rock.
She's
again.
73. Don't age a woman. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought you said that. That's right. Sorry.
No,
We should-
she's very hot, but she looks like a hotter version of Judge Judy, if you can imagine that.
Dun, 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 dun. I
Yeah.
see it. Yeah, she's
Mhm.
great. Does she now? Does she still have? Is the hair still red or no?
It is still red. Oh, yeah.
It kept.
Oh, it kept. She's a fox. She's
Wow.
really taking care of herself. I mean, she's a babe. But I'm out there, I'm like, some of my girlfriends have tried to set me up or set her up with their, uncles or whatever. And I'm like, no. I need
High quality.
high quality.
You need Wagyu beef.
Independent. Yeah, I need
Wagyu beef. You
Wagyu.
can't have some fucking skirt steak from
No.
Sizzler. Your mama needs
scallop sashimi.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fillet that shit with truffle butter on top. That's what mama deserves.
That's what she
spent her
deserves.
whole life busting ass.
Yeah.
Now she wants to party and lamp out. Did she work or she's been retired? She's been
No, so because she was so much older, she was 40 when she had me, and she was so much older when she met my dad that she retired then. They both worked in the airline biz, and then my dad did mortgages and
Was he a pilot? What did he
no, he worked ramp services. So my grandfather was chief pilot for Delta for 40 years, a
Oh,
big deal.
wow.
Captain Jack McMahan. And then my dad couldn't get a job. He flunked out of Georgia Tech, and he couldn't get a job at Delta because of the nepotism clause. So he moved down to Miami and was working literally the lavatory truck for Eastern Airlines. Met this broad in baggage services who was 11 years older than him, my mother. Then they had my sister and I, and then he worked in the mortgage business forever.
Wow.
Yeah, but he was a private pilot. We flew for fun.
I
That shit.
love that.
Yeah.
But also
Sorry, I don't know why I'm
No,
giving you the life story of my father's
I really like
adventures. Okay.
But also
okay.
nepotism clause?
They used to have that. And I
Because now that's how anybody does anything.
that's how
That's
anybody
how all the people get all the things.
Yes.
Particularly in the South, no less, by the way.
Yeah.
Most things that I know about the South
yeah.
are the nepotism is so deep. That's how you get ahead in those successful circles in the South.
Well, and that was the thing when I was doing comedy, my dad would just call me baby girl, come on. Whenever you're ready to sell credit reports, come on home. Because he was so fearful. He's like, I don't have any connections in the comedy world. I don't
Right.
have any connections in Hollywood. And I was like, Dad, I got it. Don't worry. I'm on my own journey.
You always knew you were going to be okay.
Yeah.
Because your talent level and your confidence level were matched.
Yeah, I mean, I did stand up the first time ever when I was 16 at my prom. I roasted the senior class.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a surprise for the seniors. And I did a 20-minute set. I had never done stand up before, and I crushed. And I was like, if I can do this in front of my peers, that is the most awkward time of your life in high
Totally.
school. I got that high. I was like, I have to do this forever,
Wow.
And I just kept doing it.
So you
but no,
knew.
I mean, I don't know. I'm self-confident, but I'm sure somebody's going to leave a horrific comment on this podcast, and I'll
that's-
just drive off Mulholland in
That's
3
what
days.
they do.
That's what. Can I tell you? It's a savage world.
Yeah.
I have a predominantly female audience,
Yeah.
and then I'm slowly getting a couple dudes over. These husbands are very.
They're getting it.
They're getting it. They're very on board. So I know my audience, but then you get, I was doing some of these other, very straight male comics podcasts. I'm like, these guys are crazy
You'll find that I think my grouping because
they feel bad for you.
yeah, a lot of them do. A lot of them do. But a lot of times the girlfriends will get turned on to the podcast from the boyfriends.
Yeah, and that's what's happening with me.
And
yeah.
I see that also, but I do have a good female market because I try to keep the people that I talk to as diverse as I can.
Yeah.
In terms of who I find talented and who's in the direct reach. I think people it's the weird thing about podcasting is people are like, why don't you get so and so? And you're like,
I don't want to call them.
that's also true. But it's how hard is it to coordinate lives
Yeah.
in general?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where we're all kind of subject to the times, and COVID changed everything.
Yeah.
Prior to COVID, things were just a lot more smooth. It was just different. And now all of our lives are a lot of views in terms of leaving town and moving somewhere else.
Right.
A lot of my friends are gone, and they either left or they're doing the we spend time in this place for 4 months and then they come back here. Whatever you want to call. I don't even know what that's called, but like in Chicago we call them snowbirds. You know, you'd go to Florida for the fucking winter.
Florida.
Well, that was our California when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Florida was California to me. We didn't go to fucking California. In fact, anybody that went to California, we were like, what a weirdo. That's so far. You could just go to Florida. That's how we thought.
Literally just go to Florida. And then everybody in Georgia goes to Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Oh, yeah, I know Hilton Head.
We just crush it.
Yeah, you do. That's very much the Bible Belt's destination. That or Myrtle Beach, too, is like
no, we don't fuck with Myrtle Beach.
That's gross for you, huh?
Yes.
Is that trash?
Fuck with Myrtle.
Well, I can tell you something. We loved it when I was a kid. Yeah.
Well, but that's
I'm trash.
That's a trashy northerner coming down and being like, this is going to be fucking great.
We love it.
But all the real southerners are like, oh, we don't go to Myrtle. Hell
Because you're
no.
too fancy. Yeah.
I'm not that fancy.
No, but they are.
They are, yeah.
The thing about the South is even if you're kind of like, even if you're broke, you still have to pretend you're fancy.
Oh, absolutely.
People
Fake it
up
till
north,
you make it.
we don't do that. You're broke. You're
broke.
You're more comfortable with how because if everyone looks like that back home,
right?
We're all the same.
In here, we pour whiskey.
Attention listeners across the galaxy, all the way from Australia to Houston. Do we have a pube problem? Houston, do we have a pube problem? Dun, dun. If so, our friends at Manscaped have cleared you for takeoff with their 4th generation and brand new lawnmower 4.0. Kick your pubes over to the next planet with Performance Package 4.0. Knock your nut hairs into space. The orbits in your pants will feel like you're in zero gravity when you use the best tools for the job. From the leaders in male grooming, Manscaped is the best. I've been messing with these dudes for a long time. They are phenomenal. Join the over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped and get your rocket ready for takeoff. Go to manscaped.com/whiskey for 20% off and free shipping. Let me tell you something. You want to not experience feeling on your balls? You got to use this Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, the Weed Whacker, and the Nose Hair Trimmer, which I love, and ear. Clean up your whole body, man. This 4.0 is legit. Let me tell you something about the skin-safe technology, the no nicks guaranteed. You're not going to open up your nutsack and have one fall into the shower floor. 7,000 RPM motor, vroom, vroom, multi-function on and off switch, and an Engage travel lock. It's even waterproof, so you can shave your nuts in the shower, which is what I do. Don't forget to use that Crop Preserver, the ball deodorant, and their Crop Reviver to help your little planets be on their A game while they're feeding off the sun's heat. Do yourself a favor. Get 20% off and free shipping by going to manscaped.com/whiskey. That's 20% off and free shipping by going to manscaped.com/whiskey for a clean trinity and beyond. Your space balls will thank you. Manscaped.com/whiskey. Hey, do you need security? Yeah, you do. Everybody wants to feel secure. There's big news from my favorite home security company, Simplisafe. Just launched their new wireless outdoor security camera. That's right, Simplisafe, the system that U.S. News & World Report names best home security system of 2021. Just got even better. Lock your windows, lock your doors. They're coming after everybody, and Simplisafe is going to keep you safe. This brand new outdoor security camera is engineered with all the advanced tech and security features you want and need to keep you and your fam safe. Ultra-wide 140-degree field of view. They got that 1080p HD, full HD, 8x zoom. You can zoom in, clearly see what kind of dummy is bugging around your house. It's built-in spotlight with color night vision, so you can be like you're out in the woods checking out Sasquatch breaking into the back of your house. It's easy to remove rechargeable battery. It doesn't need an outlet. Go anywhere on your property. This camera has all integrated to your Simplisafe home security system, and I got to tell you, huge. It's awesome. I think this is incredible technology, man. You can literally see so close. I stood outside. I was waving into the thing. You can see the whiskers on my beard. To learn more about the exciting new Simplisafe wireless outdoor security camera, visit simplisafe.com/whiskey. And what's more, Simplisafe is celebrating this new camera by offering 20% off your entire new system and your first month of monitoring service for free. Come on. When you enroll in an interactive monitoring, again, that's simplisafe.com/whiskey. Keep everyone safe in your house. Simplisafe.com/whiskey.
Ginger. I like gingers.
The funny thing is, my mom grew up so unbelievably like poor and had to scrape for everything. And then when she and my dad like built their business together, whatever, my mom is accustomed to this life now. And it's so funny because there's two Robins. There's Boston Robin and then Boston Robin in other southern places. And everybody at our country club is just like, who is this fucking crazy lady? Like, Robin is the biggest snob, but she's not. She grew up with nothing.
But she's become...
But now that she's, she'll try and put on like a bad southern accent. We're like, Mom, you packing the car in Harvard yard? Nobody believes it. She's just like, she's so new money. And it's great. And
But new money is fun.
It was so fun.
Because they're actually using it.
Yeah.
That's the thing about new people make fun of new money. They're fucking spending it.
They are.
When I meet old wealth, when I know people that have generations of wealth, they're boring.
Oh,
they're fucking boring
cheap as
people.
fuck.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
boring. They don't do
Yeah.
it. They don't have fun. They don't spend it on dumb shit.
Mm-hmm.
The luxury of new money is for the public. You get to see someone enjoying the shit. That's what
Right.
I like about it.
Right.
It's because it's really hard to convince someone who's generationally wealthy that something that costs a little bit more than they're used to is cool, because for them, they're like, seems like a bad investment.
Right.
Seems like a stupid thing to do. But when you just get new money, you're like, what? I want to get all the dumb shit I never was able to have.
And then I just spent it all on failed freezing eggs opportunity. You know, I just like threw $40,000 down the drain just
responsible.
because I didn't read the directions.
Just lighting money on fire
No,
as you're
literally.
throwing eggs away.
Literally. And also, it was crazy. One of the nurses told me, I was like, surely you guys have to have like crazy war stories working in this fertility clinic.
Yeah.
They told me they get a lot of older men that come in with like young wives, young girlfriends,
I see it.
and they'll pretend to give a semen sample and then they'll just spit in the cup. But because of like HIPAA laws, they can't say, hey, they can't tell the spouse. They just have to say, we have an inconclusive analysis. So, and the doctors will pull these older guys, you know, to the side in the room and be like, are you going to keep spitting in this cup or are you going to actually jizz in it? And it's
Wow.
because they don't want to have a baby.
What if they're like, and they spit on their hand, and that's what that was? Maybe you never know their technique.
No. It's just that they're not giving us, you know.
I know.
At
I'm
all.
trying to cover
Yeah.
up for the old men, the
Yeah.
poor guys. Don't call out their game. That's their game. These poor bastards.
No.
Yeah, they know.
Just
Stop.
say,
Yes.
tell Mackenzie, your young fucking girlfriend, I don't want children.
Before you take her back to her second year in college,
Exactly.
tell her you don't want kids.
Tell her you don't want kids.
It is always weird when there's like, look, age gaps are whatever, but it is always weird when it's like a 60-year-old with like a 26-year-old, and you want to pull her aside and just be like,
What we doing, sweetie?
look, get the money,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
but also don't expect something from this guy.
Yeah.
You don't want a family with this guy.
You don't.
Just get the money.
My mom used to always tell my father, she's like, if you think that another woman is not going to want the private school, the kids, you know, all this shit, then you got another thing coming for you. She's like, another woman will always want the same shit that I have. So you're going to be paying double. But I was like,
she's like, don't go looking for
yeah,
anything
don't
else.
go looking. Yeah.
You got it right here.
You got it right here.
You're not going to get anything better than this. Now suck
Ever.
my tits.
Exactly.
I like that she called
And
him
that's
out,
my
though.
family. Yeah. Yeah.
She let him know.
She let him
You're
know.
not going to find anything better than this.
Yeah, and they had a great, loving relationship, and I had like a really solid example of what, you know, marriage was supposed to be like.
And now like, is your family still close after post your
Yes,
father's death?
Yeah, and we have a small family. It's just my mom, my sister, and I. And my husband gets treated like a fucking king.
They love him.
because there were no boys in the family.
Right.
So you know he can do no wrong. I can't. I have to get away. I'm so glad I'm touring, so I can be like, I gotta get the fuck out of this house because I can't.
Right. And
You
he's
know.
holding it down while you're gone.
He's holding it down. Yeah, barely.
Golfing and just hanging out.
Golfing, smoking cigars.
Is he a big drinker?
He's not a big drinker. I mean, but he's a degenerate gambler, and that's
Yay.
there's that.
Could
yeah.
he lose the house?
No, never. No,
He wasn't like that.
he wasn't like that. But he does sports gambling. And
My
I'm like,
grandfather gambled away their house a few times, I think.
really?
My grandfather was so addicted to gambling. This is a real so addicted that he ended up getting jobs at the racetrack.
Oh fuck.
Both the racetrack and the horse and the dog track. My grandfather worked at the horse track, which is Arlington, a famous
Yeah.
horse track in Chicago, and also Maywood, which was a dog track in Chicago. The Greyhounds. You ever
Was-
seen the Greyhounds run?
I have seen the
That's
Greyhounds
some
run.
real white trash
That
shit.
is some white trash Chicago
yeah,
shit.
Yeah, we did that shit.
Yeah.
That's where I saw my first boxing match. Amateur boxing I used to have on like maybe it was Sunday nights when I was a kid. But I would go and watch, and after the dogs were done running,
Yeah.
they would have shitty boxing for $2. You'd watch
So the
local
dogs
guys
would
beat
do
the
a
shit out of
lap,
each other.
and then it was just a bunch of bums fighting
Yeah,
each other.
100%. Yeah.
And that's Chicago, ladies and gentlemen.
Honestly, it really is. You got to watch the dogs. And then Mikey, Mikey, he's
Yeah.
fighting tonight. He's
Yeah.
going to fucking beat that kid's ass from the other side. No, it is funny how he was so addicted to the lifestyle of gambling
Right.
that he needed to be near it. But we were too far for Vegas.
Right.
Like they couldn't afford to go to Vegas. So this was the closest he could get to just gambling all the fucking time. When he was a kid, he worked for the mob.
Oh.
Yeah, he ran numbers.
Oh, fuck yeah, he did.
Yeah, he was a troublemaker.
Oh, was he a bookie? Like,
He was a basically like a gopher. He was a kid that did anything, right?
everybody in my mom's family was in the mob. Like, her stories, they don't really connect. I mean,
Right.
everybody. She's like, my grandfather used to bring people over and set them up in businesses and then take like 90% of the business. I was like, so, okay. So that's a mobster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, he's either a pimp or he's a mobster.
Yeah.
Or he's both.
Yeah, for sure both. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought my dad was a drug dealer for the longest time because he spoke fluent Spanish. My dad's very dark skin. And he flew an airplane and he always had an aluminum briefcase and like slick back hair and drove a Lincoln Town car.
This guy's hot.
So hot. My dad, rest in peace, looked just like Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but white.
Got it.
Yep, you got it?
I see it right now.
And I didn't realize until like college that my dad wasn't selling drugs. I just thought,
You were like, for sure he's a drug
for
guy.
sure.
Did he ever use drugs?
Oh, he smoked a lot of weed.
Your dad did?
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is prior to it being a cool thing. The South is still pretty stringent on pot.
No, they're not.
No, not anymore?
No, everybody's just an old hippie who likes to smoke weed. I never grew up. It was weird to me because I would go to my friends' houses and all their parents would get drunk, right around like 5 or 6 o'clock.
Yep.
My mom drank wine, but my dad wasn't a big drinker. And so I didn't realize he just smoked weed all the time.
You didn't know?
I had no idea
What
until I
year
was
did
like
you find
15.
out?
Yeah.
What was the awakening for you?
My sister was like, I'm like, why doesn't dad drink? Ashley was like, because he's fucking high all the time.
You had no idea.
I had no idea. I was so naive. And then we smoked weed together and that was it. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Did he smoke leading up to his passing or no?
Yeah, he did.
Like he was someone who enjoyed using it even in his later years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He was just like drinking stupid,
It is.
He was just like, it makes you feel like shit. And he ran his company. He's like, I can't be the drunk guy at the Christmas party, but I can be a little high and still make some
The
deals.
stone guy is way cooler.
Way cooler.
Because the drunk guy says something inappropriate, grabs a tit, gets
Always
kicked out
grabs
of his
a
own
titty.
party. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a high guy, he orders more food. He's very sweet to everyone.
He opens the door for you.
Maybe gives you a raise. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He's probably a more neutral guy when it comes to getting in trouble at parties.
You're right.
I agree. I used to smoke a good amount of pot. I've slowed down a little bit. Do you smoke pot still?
I can handle specific stuff. Like if I go into like MedMen or whatever, I'm like,
right.
I want to feel like I had 2 glasses of Chardonnay and I'm craving a carnitas taco. Like very specific. I don't want to be too high. This shit nowadays, it's too much.
Space cadet shit.
Space cadet. I don't need
It
that
is.
kush. I need this shit my dad used to smoke.
See, I say that. I want stuff from when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
Put me in the time machine. I used to love smoking that stuff because I could smoke a joint and not be incapacitated.
And giggle and have a good time.
yeah, I could talk to
have
you.
a couple
and-
snacks.
Right.
Yeah.
I miss those days.
And now you can't feel your face or your legs, and it's like, is
Now,
this laced
I
with
take
meth?
one hit.
Yeah.
I take one hit and I'm done. I don't want to do whenever I go on Rogan's podcast, he always wants to smoke pot and it's fine, but I'm always like 4 or 5 hits of these blunts that he's got with shit in it. And I forget English. You're like, I don't want to fucking be that guy on this podcast.
Ever.
Because the podcast is 6 hours long.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't.
That's why
sustain.
they're so long, because he's just so high.
He is well, he also loves. I think what I've guessed it is I think he enjoys the lengthy podcast because it makes you work mentally to get to a place of either very interesting conversation or honesty.
Yeah.
After a long period of time, you're kind of start to spill out
Right.
who you really are. You
Right.
can only put on the show for so long.
You're right.
I feel like that's kind of why. Yeah, get it out. Get it out.
I'm so sad.
Well, we hit the mark. This was the time that I wanted you to cry.
It's a lot of joy, but deep down inside, I'm fucking panicking.
You're crumbling.
I'm crumbling.
Do you take anybody on the road with you?
I don't. Can I tell you, I just realized I do way too much fucking work.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Can you tell I'm tired?
No, I can just tell that you are working. I can feel that you're probably working too hard.
I am. And I realize that. I do a 90-minute show. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
What are you doing?
No fucking idea.
So you don't have anybody to open the show?
No. I
Well,
do a...
Why?
Couldn't tell you why.
So when you travel completely alone.
Me.
No.
And I take like people with me, but nobody's performing. It's just me.
You take a team of like
Yeah.
like hair or makeup or that kind
No,
of thing?
no. I take my buddy who helps me produce the show because I have
Okay.
some video elements. I do some characters and shit. And then I take my friend Tina who helps me and stage manages. But other than that, like it's me. And I realized the other day, I'm like, this is why I'm exhausted. Like I just
Yeah.
did 2 shows in Austin, and it was amazing, and it felt so good to be back on the road. But I was like, I'm fucking tired.
It's tiring.
And if you have to do 2 shows back to back, that's like a 4.5 hour show night. Like, why am I
lot.
doing that?
Why are you doing that?
I don't know. I don't know. I thought
you just wanted to do that long?
no, I just thought that when I came out, I had something to prove, and I don't. Now I'm like, now this is stupid. I
Yeah.
could get somebody to open.
I think also
I'm headlining the tour. Get somebody to open.
get somebody.
Get somebody.
Get somebody that
Get
matches.
my mom to come out.
Well,
You know.
she's looking for that Wagyu out there. She
Exactly.
Can't be,
Yeah.
She needs to go eat.
She does.
She's
You're right.
also spent a lot of time working. She doesn't need
You're
to
right.
do that
You're
anymore.
right. You're right.
We can find someone that matches your energy that would go out. Do you have any close friends that you think would be good with you on tour?
They're already on tours, so I'm gonna have to steal them from somebody else.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, yeah, you got to find
I
someone.
might
that's
have my sister come out and give legal advice. You know, I
She a
don't know.
lawyer?
She is. Criminal defense. So that
Ooh.
shit's wild. Yeah.
Jesus.
She's also single and such a catch. So if anybody's listening to this,
This is her address, her phone number.
this is her address
social,
and phone number right here.
So please call.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Ashley McMahan. If you
Ooh.
get into something shady, call the Georgia law lady.
Is that what it is?
Well, no, I want to do her jingles, but she said that that's self-incriminating. If you get into something shady, my dream is to be in like a neck brace and a motorized wheelchair doing commercials, local commercials. Like Ashley got me $1 million after I
Right.
got hit by an Atlanta City bus, and she hasn't hired me, and I'm fucking upset about
Just
it.
do them for her.
I am. I'm going
you know
to.
what you should do? You should
What?
do them and then pay for them to be on the air just on your own without her approval.
And just buy a bunch of billboards.
Yeah, fuck it. What is she gonna do? Say no? It already happened. It's over.
It's free advertising, bitch.
That's exactly, and she'll love it.
Yes, she
Well, how
will.
come those guys advertise if that's incriminating? How come with those guys you see all the time? It's like accidents. Get what you deserve. Like, how is that not the same kind of? Or I
Yeah.
saw a commercial yesterday that made me so sad. It was like, were you sexually assaulted or abused at a young age?
Yes.
And then it goes by the Catholic Church, the Boy Scouts of America. It was just like, if this isn't proof that these things are up to no good,
Yeah.
you got to make a commercial about it. It's not like it happened one time. It's
No.
like this happens all the
All
time.
the time.
Still to this day.
I joined Brownies, which is like the girls' version of, Boy Scouts.
That seems safe.
Well, I thought as a chubby child, I was like, oh, that's all we're going to do is just consume brownies. I didn't realize that you had to like go out, whittle wood, sew patches. I was like,
Right.
fuck this. If I'm not here for a sweet treat, I'm out,
You dropped out of brownies.
I dropped out of Brownies pretty quick.
I never did Boy Scouts because I didn't like the outfits.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Itchy, scratchy, Yeah.
I never liked it. Like all my Catholic school friends, like the Catholic school stuff, I always hated that. I didn't like wearing clothes that someone told me I had to wear. That bothered the shit out of me.
See, I loved wearing a uniform. I went to a Christian school and I loved it
Why did you like it?
because it was great. I just got up and didn't have to think about
Didn't
it.
have to think about it.
Didn't have to think about it.
See, I love
But you could
thinking
still
about it.
style it. You could put on like a cool shoe. It was like a sneaker situation
Right.
back then.
But I like the idea of how different people look. Like style to me was like, I used to care so much when I was young.
Yeah, I can tell.
And then as I got older, I stopped giving a fuck completely.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like a shirt. I wear a shirt. I just put on a shirt.
Right.
I don't have any other thought about anything else. I just go shirt and pants and I gotta go.
Well, then that's
My life is consumed with other shit that I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck about fashion anymore.
that's
Sad.
it's a little sad and it's also good for you because you don't have to worry about that.
I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I care about like my health and I want to physically stay in shape.
Uh-huh.
But the clothes thing, I got over. I used to, when I first got a little bit of money, I would buy shit that I really wanted,
Right.
clothes-wise. Then I just fucking got over it.
Yeah.
But it's also hard to style an orange guy. Does your mom wear bold colors?
Oh, yes. She crushes a chartreuse.
That's because she's a babe, though.
Yeah.
Guys,
You
orange
could wear
men,
color. I don't
No,
want to
they
hear
can't.
it. You're a very attractive redheaded man.
It doesn't
you
matter.
could.
The color is so overwhelming that if I wear a bright color,
Do you just wear navy all the time?
I wear blue, black, and gray.
Oh, God, kill yourself.
That's what I'm doing, baby. That's the other thing. I don't want to die with an embarrassing outfit on. Whenever I see someone wearing like Willow Smith, Will Smith
Yeah.
was at a restaurant we were at.
I thought you were about to say she's dead.
She died.
I'm so upset.
She died. I killed her.
Oh, okay, great.
Willow Smith was at a restaurant we were at, and celebrity kids have to wear. LA is so fucking bullshit. People have to wear insane clothes. I don't even know if sometimes they like it. I just know it's like part of the culture.
Right.
But they have to wear ridiculous shit, and I always think, what if you die in that stuff? And they got to show you like that?
I literally feel like an old lady. I was at the Century City Mall today, and I was like, these girls are walking out. Their labias are hanging out of their jean shorts.
Yep.
And I'm in Zara, and like everything's a fucking crop top. The bodysuits, everything's a thong. And I
Yeah.
literally turned to my friend Christina. I was like, we're too fucking old for this. Why
Yeah.
can't I get a full fucking shirt? I'm
Doesn't
not
exist.
asking for a lot.
No.
Just a little bit more of a thread count so that I can tuck it into a sensible pant.
No, they want their hooch hanging out. This is the
Yeah.
new generation. Puss is out, dude.
Puss is out.
Which is fine. I'm pro puss out.
But I got shamed for so long when I had my tits out, and then I covered them up. You know what I mean? And now,
why did you get shamed?
well, just because when you have big boobs, you draw a lot of attention. I
Your
didn't even
boobs
mean
aren't
to.
that big.
They're cut because they're covered up.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
They
But
have,
if
you
you-
have large boobs.
But see, if you have big boobs and then you wear something conservative, even like a turtleneck, you still look a little slutty in a turtleneck because it's just a lot.
Do you
know?
project that, or do you think that's how people feel?
Can I
'Cause
tell you
whenever I see
something?
big
I might be
boobs out,
projecting this.
I don't think slutty things. I always think, damn, that's
She owns a
awesome.
porn company.
Boss
bitch.
Boss bitch. This bitch is running the show.
Right.
But I always see big boobs, and then when they're out, I'm always impressed. I'm just like confident as fuck with her big, nice boobs out. I like it. I just think it's cool. You got big tits. If you want to show them, fucking do it.
You got big. Thank you.
Do it.
Okay, you know what? I'm bringing the boobs back.
Fuck feeling. And who's judging you? And if they do judge you, what's the idea of their judgment? By the way, if I had a big old dick, I'd wear tight
Yeah.
shit to show my big dick all the time.
So you don't have a big dick.
No.
So you have a tiny penis, and I have a tiny urethra.
Yes, you had a small
Yeah.
pee hole, and I have a small pee stick.
And there we are.
There we are. We're tiny people.
Tiny people.
I have a regular penis. I've always said that. I have like
Yeah.
a Honda Accord. I'm so happy with it. It's the most normal. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen my friends who have smaller penises. I've seen my friends who have bigger ones, and I go, we're
Great.
good.
We're great.
We're great.
Great.
We're right where we need to be.
And that's all you can ask for.
Right.
When you lay down at night, you say your prayers.
Regular
Thank you,
penis.
Lord, for my regular penis.
I'm just on the right side of the fairway. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
I
down
know.
there. I'm not in the rough, but I'm not in the middle. But it's fine. I'll
You
take
can hit
it.
a 7-iron. You're good.
See? The approach shot's going to be fine.
It's going to be fine.
I'm going to 2-putt, but
Yeah.
it's fine.
Oh, no, I'll like 7-putt. You
Oh,
know?
yeah, that's you do.
And but I'm like, it's fine.
Are you any good?
I am good. So I played in high school. Speaking of big boobs, I played in high school, and my sister played too, because I was like the son my dad never had. So I was always playing golf.
You were a tomboy?
No, I wasn't. I was a girly girl, but I just played sports because
You were better than all the boys.
I was.
You
Yes.
were.
I have broad shoulders and like a thin, quick ankle. Like I can hit a dead sprint pretty quick. So I played golf, and then I developed around like 15 or 16. And my golf coach pulled my dad aside, and he's like, "I don't know how to tell you this, but she got boobs overnight. Her swing is totally fucked up. Like we have to rework the swing."
I've heard of this, by the way.
Yeah, and
that
then
it gets in the way.
it gets in the way.
Yeah.
So then I said, "Fuck golf." But also, he wanted me to like play professionally, and that wasn't my career path. Yeah.
You don't seem like you'd be a pro golfer.
No, not at all.
They're so tied up.
They are, but I'm friends with a lot of the pro golfers now. Like I'm slowly weaseling my way into that
Yeah.
world, and I'm learning a lot.
Well, I'll
Yeah.
say this: I know men pro golfers.
Yeah.
But I guess what I was referencing is like I don't like the way. I have a lot of issues with professional golf in general.
Okay.
I don't like the way that they make these people feel like they can't have personalities. Only recently have they started to let them fucking live.
Absolutely agree
But I
with
think
that.
even more so, they've bridled women a lot.
Yeah.
And the LPGA has kind of made it, for lack of a better word, boring for broader audiences because they don't let these girls kind of have personalities. They're both slowly leaking into the reality that they need to.
Yeah.
But like the NBA, right? The NBA was always this fucking, you have to have your shorts at a certain length and all this bullshit.
Right.
And then when they let black people take over and be like, we're really good at this and we have a culture to bring to it.
Can we like do our thing?
Can you leave us the fuck alone?
Right.
And they did. And then you got the greatest, athlete who ever picked up a basketball in Jordan, who dynamically changed the way that the clothing was, the shoe game, changed the literal way shoes were worn on the court. It made the sport like these guys could have personalities.
Right.
Other sports are still behind, and especially golf. It's like they slowly let these guys sometimes have personalities, but if it's not exactly what they like, Tiger Woods,
Right.
they throw you in the trash. It's
Yeah.
fucked up. Let these people live.
I've learned a lot from a lot of the female players too. It just
Yeah.
about the shit that they have to deal with, especially like with slow play. Like the women will be playing at the same rate, but the men never get called out for slow play.
Never.
But then they're constantly throwing cards at these women, and they're like, "What the fuck is this? We're playing at the same pace.
Right.
We're not playing slow." So it's not. I mean, that's just one of the many things. But yeah, they kind of want women to be buttoned up, don't say much.
Fuck that.
And then you have people like there's a player from China. I'm obsessed with her. Her name's Shan Chen Fang.
Shan Chen Feng.
Shan Chen Fang.
Shan Chen Feng.
She's fucking great. She
Yeah.
just retired, but she didn't retire. You just go watch clips of her. She's fucking savage. I'm
Yeah.
her biggest fan. I've reached out to her a million times. I'm pretty sure like China runs her Instagram, so she's not seeing the DMs.
Yeah.
But my girlfriend was with her at the Olympics and got her to send me a video, and Shan just doesn't give a fuck. She does not give a fuck.
That's why that's why they don't show her as much. Though.
Yeah.
These women, not just women, these people that play golf professionally, they're not really allowed to be them. That's a big issue I have because they all feel a little fucking fake.
Right.
And the ones that aren't a little fucking fake, like I've got some, I'm not going to say who, but like people I've associated with, the PGA you can tell doesn't really like them as much.
Right.
Because they're a little too much.
Yeah.
They have a little too much fun. They fuck around too much. They talk a little bit of shit. And I think you can tell that the PGA is like,
Yeah.
let's not put that on NBC because
Well-
they're still appealing to the old white bullshit thing.
And I'm trying to get more involved. I'm like, okay, what can I do like as a comedian and go out to these golf tournaments and like have some fucking fun. Bring a younger audience into it.
Me and you should
let's do
host
it.
a thing.
Oh, let's fucking do it.
You know how fucking fun that would be? An unedited thing where you and I host
we
a
get
golf.
to talk so much shit.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
See, that I think is what people want. If you really want to attract a new group of people to the game, because a lot of my friends are like, golf's fucking bullshit, it's boring. And I'm like, I promise
If
you,
you
you'd
knew
love
how
it.
hard it was, that's the thing. Is because people who don't play it don't realize
Right.
it's the hardest fucking game in the world.
Yep.
So if you play it, you appreciate it, and you're like, I can't believe he just hit his 5-iron out of the the fucking woods and made it
Yeah.
onto the green.
Watch these women.
Yeah.
There's a girl that plays at this place that I play. She's fucking, it's shocking how good she is.
Right.
And you're like, that level between her and what a good person thinks they are
Right.
is huge. You're like, the level of professional in any sport, once you ever go see a professional really just fucking around even in real life, you're like, oh my God, it's light years away. It's like they're so much better than you even thought that they were. You're like,
Right.
holy fuck, they're just fucking around and they're that this is how good they are. I just wish they had more personality. I wish we could
Well, we're
going
gonna
to
bring this back.
Let's do it.
So we're putting it out there in the universe. We want to start hosting stuff for the LPGA and the PGA tournaments.
Yes, give us the opportunity.
We're
And,
ready.
And also, please invest in Heather's porn company, which is coming out.
Porn and golf.
Porn and golf. It's getting back to the basics.
You have to.
Yeah.
It's like when things get crazy, what do? You simplify and you get back to your roots and the foundation, which is porn and golf.
It is true. You did do that. You yourself went back to your roots. You
I
went to
did.
Atlanta for porn and golf.
Yeah.
And that's. Would you ever do OnlyFans, by the way?
I've had a lot of gentlemen mention things about my feet before.
Yeah.
If I could do it and make passive income,
You
just
can make a lot of money.
putting up photos of my toes, yeah.
I think you should do it. I think you should do it.
You think I should?
Well, here's the deal. I think because now everything doesn't have to be pornographic on OnlyFans. I've learned from a lot of my female friends that have been like, dude, a lot of people are on OnlyFans making a fuckload of money,
Yeah.
and they don't
The
do
joke's
anything.
on everybody else.
100%.
I mean, I would do a little ankle cleavage, show a little toe, but I'm not going to show you my butthole.
No, that's not necessary.
It's not necessary.
And by the way, the buttholes are already out there. I don't know why people pay to see. They're already on the internet. You can see buttholes all over the internet.
You can literally see them everywhere.
Everywhere, dude. You don't need to get on
And
the
I
internet
don't
and pay
want to
someone.
see your butthole. At
Nada.
no point am I turned on by a photo of a butthole. I'm
Nope,
sorry. I'm
never.
not.
It's never been my thing.
Never mine either.
Does your hubby ever send you sexy pics when you're on the road?
God, no.
Never.
I don't need it.
Do you send him pics when
Yes,
you're
I
gone?
do. But
Yeah.
I have to.
He needs it.
But he'll want to reciprocate, and I'm like, I'm good. I know what you look like. I know what your penis looks like.
Does
it's
do
in my
women
mind.
ever want dick pics?
Yes, sometimes. Can I tell you this is kind of fucked up? But there's a very famous strip club in Atlanta called Swingin' Richards.
Okay.
Okay, it's a mixture crowd of horny women and mostly gay gentlemen.
I'm gonna pretend like I've never been there.
Yeah, right. So I'm there on a Wednesday night. I'm entertaining all these people in Atlanta, and we go out, and this guy, this dancer, comes out. He has the biggest penis I've ever seen. So I'm laying in bed with my husband.
Give it to me by the hands.
I'm not even kidding you.
Foot long.
Foot long and girthy. I mean, as big as this, like just thick. When he put his
Wow.
hand around it, he couldn't enclose it.
It's like a football.
Football.
Wow.
So it turns out it's one of my sister's clients, so she has his number. So I'm laying in bed and I'm trying to describe to my husband, I'm like, babe, you don't understand how big this man's penis was. So then I'm like, text my sister, I'm like, can I get his number? I text the guy and I'm like, hey, can I Venmo you $50? Because I
You get the big penis guy's number.
Because I was like, I need to.
You're getting everybody's fucking number.
I'm getting everyone's number. I
All right.
know.
You get the big penis guy's number.
God, I'm blushing now. I've given too many people my number.
You got to change it.
I got to change it.
Yeah.
But I Venmoed the guy $50 and I got a fresh dick pic and I showed my husband. He goes, and now I believe you. That's an enormous penis.
What you should have done is had him just text directly to your husband.
Right.
But you
With
shouldn't
no-
have told him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just on a Monday, he wakes up with a big dick.
Yeah.
And by
Yeah.
the way, he would have been like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I wonder if he would have told you. You think he would have said anything? Imagine if the guy texted your husband a picture of his penis. What would he do? If your husband got just a random dick pic, what would he do?
He'd probably send it to his boys.
And never tell you.
No, he might tell me. If he didn't tell me, God, should we set him up
Sus. Yeah, let's
Should we
sus-
set him
I
up
want to so bad.
and have somebody send a dick pic and then just see if he says anything?
Mm-hmm. That's kind of a fun move.
It's kind of a fun
That's
move.
like a new reality show.
Yeah.
Of like, send your spouse a dick pic from a stranger, see what they say.
Yeah. Like, what if your wife got a photo of just a random vagina? What would she do? She's definitely not going to show you.
No.
If I
well,
got just a random pussy pic, I'm not going to be like, honey, check this out.
Probably not. She wouldn't show him. I mean, if she got just like a random dick pic from a number she doesn't know,
Yeah.
she would definitely show me that.
I would show him.
She'd
too.
go, check this out.
Yeah.
And then I'd
Also,
go,
like, do we FaceTime him back? You know what I mean?
you have to.
You have to.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
He answers. He's just like a nice, sweet guy. He's like, I'm sorry.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were
wrong number."
Charlotte.
I apologize.
Yeah.
There should be a way, by the way, to recant something like that. Like, you should be able. Imagine you send a dick pic to someone via text, and you didn't mean to, or you didn't want to.
Yeah.
And you should be able to take pics back.
Well, you can like resend a like an Instagram DM.
Yeah, but I mean, if you text somebody, or like, let's say you text someone something, like, I think sometimes I text things and I don't really mean them, or I didn't say them the right way. I should be able to go, guys, I didn't take that away. I take it away.
I'm not a great texter. I'm not.
Why?
I like to talk on the phone. People hate it. I know I'm going to get a.
I'm going to call you now.
Please call me. I will answer.
'Cause
Always
I
answer
like
the phone.
calling people. I always call. You know what? Because I sit in the car in LA all the time.
Yeah.
I like calling. But there's only about 5 people that I'm allowed to call.
You can call me anytime.
Because my other friends don't want to talk on the phone.
And that's what I hate when people are like, can you just text me? No, I don't want to fucking text you. I'm driving.
Yeah.
I've had a drink.
Yeah.
It's not smart. Let me fucking call you.
In case I hit something.
I don't need it in writing.
No, I
No.
need you to help me get out of this fucking situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love to chit chat on the phone. Even if it's a 3-second, it's so much easier for me to be like, hey, where are we meeting? What time? Great. Bada bing,
Right.
bada boom. I'll see you. Click. We're done.
Do you still have a close group of friends from when you grew up?
I do.
And do you talk to them all the time?
All the time. I have a really good group of girlfriends who are still in Atlanta, and yeah, I got hoes everywhere.
What's
Good
the
people.
shortcoming in your life? You feel like you have like an embarrassment of riches right now. You're doing really well. You're happily married.
God, I'm sorry. Should I have come on here a little bit more?
No, of course not. I want to know.
You know what? I'm terrified.
Yeah.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
We're really having a conversation.
I
I've
just
had a
want to know
little
the
bit of
real
whiskey.
you. Yeah.
I am terrified of, you work in this business. I've worked so hard. People think that you just come out of nowhere. I'm like,
course.
no, I've been fucking grinding for 12 years.
Of course.
And I'm worried about like having the longevity of it. Things are happening. I never had anxiety when things weren't going well. Or now that things are like popping off, I'm like, why? Who's this anxious person? Why am I like second guessing what I'm doing?
And why are you?
I don't know. You tell me.
I can tell you, maybe.
Please, you've been in this longer than I am.
Well, I just think that maybe like, and we all deal with that. But I just think that like,
It's like there's more at stake.
yeah. This is gonna sound cheesy as fuck.
I love cheesy as fuck.
Or corny and funny and stupid.
Yeah.
But like the first time I heard Biggie Smalls say "Mo money, mo problems," I thought that was like a great catchphrase.
Yeah.
And then you understood what he was really saying. What Biggie was very poetically saying was, "Hey man, the moment I got a lot of success, a lot of fucking shit started going the other way."
Yeah.
Truly, I mean, he was extremely poetic. People can write it off as just a rap song, but the truth really was he was saying like, "Hey man, the more things that I got, the more responsibility I had." I had to fucking do things for other people. I had to be worried about making sure that I'm still feeding the mouths of people that I'm employing.
The sense of responsibility is unreal.
Huge, yeah.
I'm like, if these shows don't do well, I've got 2 other like employees that are helping me. You have all these fucking people that are on calls now. And mind you, I don't know who half the people are on these
course
teams.
not.
They're like, Jerry from Optics is in. I'm like, what?
the fuck? Hello, it's Jerry.
Yeah, Heather, big fan. I'm like, Jerry, you don't know who the fuck
Yeah,
I am.
no idea.
You just put on the team 2 days ago.
He's like, listen, Heather, I really love
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
No, yeah, the responsibility level goes through the roof, and I think it's a woe is me champagne problem. And for certain people, will go, who fucking cares? You guys are whiny, but it is a thing that doesn't get talked about. The reason that mental health becomes a big issue in our business is because you're not allowed to express the idea that you feel extreme amounts of pressure and
Yeah.
anxiety about completing these tasks that are very daunting to do. They seem like you just go out there and you fucking do your hour and a half. Who cares? And you're like,
I worked on that for a year to get material.
and there's so much that goes into it.
Yeah.
You're like, I didn't just building the house is a big fucking deal. And then you're like worried about all the things that goes wrong in a house, right?
And you're only as good as your last project, right? Or your last show.
Totally.
And that's where I'm at because I'm doing this like big tour now. And, I'm bringing a newer audience, I think, of women who maybe weren't really into stand-up before, but
Awesome.
because it's great. I'm like, fuck yeah, the more the merrier. But it's like I have a sense of responsibility. Okay, I got to keep this train rolling. Like
Yeah.
I want to be like Joan Rivers, 84, still doing shows. Like
You
that's
will.
what brings me joy. But yeah, and then when you have other people on the payroll, you're like, I'm responsible of whether or not they can pay their bills.
Yeah, and you know
It's
what?
scary.
Joan Rivers had those fucking ailments too.
Yeah.
Look, the way I feel it is like this: if you are talented,
Yeah.
and if you work hard, and if you somewhat keep your feet grounded, and you don't drink too much of your own Kool-Aid, there's no way you won't last. Now, you may not last the way you want to last.
Right.
Everyone's going to go through the canyons,
Right.
right? You're just going to go up and down.
Right.
But if you still enjoy it and you're doing the things that you want, and no one's dictating the stuff you put out,
Right.
I don't know if you can lose.
Okay.
I
appreciate
I just
that.
don't believe in that. Like, I
Right.
just think you've obviously cultivated something so real.
Well, and two, I feel like because of the world I came from, like self-starting, I've always had to write my own shit. I've always had to
Yeah.
create the own opportunities. So the hustle there is not going to stop. Like I haven't gotten lazy just because there's other opportunities.
Right.
Now I'm even just like, okay, how many fires can, how many sticks can we put in the fire?
And that's dangerous to some degree.
Yeah, because now I'm fucking tired.
You got to stop doing that.
And I don't
Just
know.
pick which fires you want to tend to.
Yeah, the porn company.
That's the one that I think we're going to make the most money on.
And can I be honest?
I'm
with you?
I'm a stakeholder in this.
No,
by the
please.
way.
You
Yeah.
are absolutely. I need your.
We did it here.
You have a niche thing. There's a lot of women who like redheaded men. Like you could, if you ever
Yeah.
wanted to dabble in the performative porn arts,
Okay.
you thrive. Talk to your wife about it, of course.
Regular redhead. That's what
Yeah,
I'll be called.
just
That's my porn name.
regular
redhead.
Redhead. Chicago redhead.
I'm here.
Mhm.
Everyone claps. I want a sitcom porn where you walk in and
Yeah.
and they clap. Yeah. They love to see you. Hey.
Here I am.
I have a catchphrase. Is that mine? Whatever the fuck it is.
That's a lot of cum.
That's perfect.
There you go.
Did you ever have aspirations to do like sitcom type of shit?
Oh, are you kidding me? I love it. I think people like shit on it. I'm a theater kid. So are you kidding? Like that timing, that is my jam.
So because you're a theater kid though, and
Yeah.
you found so much independent success, why then go to the other project? Do you even want to do that other stuff?
I do because, as a writer, you want to create these other opportunities.
Yeah.
And so the show that I'm developing now is about my life and kind of everything that happened after my dad passed. And I don't know, again, very cheesy, but as a storyteller,
I love cheese.
I really hate the misrepresentation of Southern women specifically.
Go
so
on.
I'm like, all right, if this is my point of view, these are the stories that I want to tell. I want the show to go because I want to be able to tell the stories of like strong Southern women. Especially
What do you
in
think is misrepresented?
just that they're not independent. They don't do their own thing. Listen, I can come in here and say, "Oh, Mississippi, we don't read." I had the best fucking time of my life when I die in a speedboat in Turks and Caicos.
94.
94. Actually take my ashes and spread them in Oxford, Mississippi. Like
Hell
the
yeah.
South to me is full of really genuine, funny, great people. And I hate this. Like when I come out to LA and New York and I audition to be like the Southern Belle. And I'm like, this is the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah.
This isn't, they're missing the mark. There's an entire representation of people who are not, being entertained because everyone in LA is an asshole. It's like,
True.
Southerners are idiots. They're not,
No, I know. Well, that's
And I'm not really Southern. I don't know. No, I am.
no, but there is. But I've said this before. The stereotypes that exist are created by the business, even though they say they don't want to do that. It's like
Right.
when they say like they want gay men or gay women in the business, but they don't. They want
They
their
don't.
version.
Exactly.
Every gay guy has to be like, "Hello, queen."
yeah.
And there's a lot of gay guys I know that throw footballs and knock you out and suck your dick. Like
Right.
there's a lot of tough gay guys that are just like bros that I'm friends with.
Also adding that to the porn.
100%.
Right.
Bro, tough
Bro,
gay
bro.
guy. Yeah.
Football suck
Football.
dick.
But this
would
idea
be
that
to that.
every gay guy is this like, yeah, girl. Like
Yeah.
I don't like that either. Like, but I think it's beginning to get broken down because of creators, right?
Uh-huh.
Like you're going to do your version,
Right.
which will inevitably shatter the walls. This
Yeah.
idea of like the Southern Belle, whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
Because reality shows kind of don't help. They don't help your case.
They don't. And it's really
Like
storytelling.
Floribama Shore. Like
oh,
that's
for
never
fuck's sake.
and that's not going to help anybody's case, That's
But
the problem.
Jersey Shore didn't help Jersey,
Yeah, but Jersey was like, that's us. Like,
That's-
they didn't give a shit. That was Jersey.
No, you're right.
Yeah, and then,
You're
but
literally right.
They because that's the thing about that kind of North Yankee culture is like
Yeah.
we kind of embrace the shitbags that we are.
Mm-hmm.
We do. We kind of don't need to shy away from it because it's like, yeah, that's fucking is what it is.
It is, yeah.
It is what it is. That is very the mentality. Whereas the South has been misrepresented for so long as far as like the cousin fucker, all that stuff,
Right.
that the South kind of has to fight for this like, no, we are fancy. And you're like,
We are fancy. We are educated. Did I have hot cousins? Sure
sure.
did.
I wanted to
Yeah.
kiss him.
Very much so.
Did you ever kiss a cousin?
I did not kiss a cousin.
Don't lie to me.
But they
on
were
this
from
show.
Boston. But I had twin cousins and they are
Oh, okay.
very handsome.
But
They
you
are.
wouldn't. But if you had but they were from the South, you might have kissed them.
They 100%. 100%. Yeah, I mean it's and it's storytelling. Like a lot of my stand up is from my point of view in storytelling. It's like I can only share what I know, right?
Sure.
And so I want to tell these stories, but yeah, I have a lot of things going on. A lot of balls in the air, and I don't know how to juggle them right now.
Keep those balls in the sack.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be cheesy. You are a phenomenal actor.
Oh,
I do
thank
watch
you.
all the things you do.
Thank you.
And you are a great actor. Do you enjoy it? Do you love it? Or do you just
I
is there
do.
one road that you just particularly want to focus on?
I always wanted to be a stand-up. Stand-up was the only
Yeah.
thing I ever cared about. But I do like acting
Yeah.
a lot. I think there's the part of acting I don't like is you do lose a sense of control. Like at some point, it's not about you. It's
Right.
about the machine, which is nice because you're in a team. It's all
The
a big
machine
thing.
of the characters, or
The machine of the project. It's
Right.
like you have to service other things. It's not about you.
right?
So with stand-up, I get to service me. It's all me.
Yeah, that's
I
why I
get
do a
to-
90-minute show. It's
That's
the
what I
most
mean.
self-indulgent,
Yes.
self-loathing.
Me. Yeah, it's about us.
Yeah.
So the thing about
Yeah.
acting that's missing to me is that you are servicing other stuff, and I'll be honest, we're selfish. That's why we're comedians.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to connect. We're selfish in such a positive way. I love connecting with these people. It's
Right.
my favorite thing on earth.
Right.
Because I feel like we're doing it.
Yeah.
Whereas in acting, you're a part of a thing, much larger than you. And if you learn to respect that, it can have a great career. But it is difficult sometimes. So
Yeah.
that's my problem with it. I love it. But there are moments where I'm like, I don't want to do this thing this way.
Right.
And you have to be a part of the thing, and you have to service it like that. And I think it gets hard on you. I don't know how to say that, but it gets
No, I
like
hear you.
it weathers you a little bit mentally.
And when you're doing stand-up, like the joke is always on me. You know, I can
Pie's
always
on your face.
But yeah, I can always control the narrative. I'm always the one. It's from my point of view.
Right.
The joke is always on me. Yeah, but I mean, I'm a nerdy theater kid. Like I love this shit.
You
No-
do.
Yeah.
So your dream is to have your own show,
My dream is to have my own show.
which you do right now. I mean,
yeah, we're working on it.
it's
yeah.
coming.
Yeah, it will be picked
What would
up.
it be called?
Good grief.
I love it.
Yeah, because
That's a
sometimes
good
grief
name.
can be good. 2
words is great. Good grief.
Good grief. Because that's also a thing in the South. That women say like, "Oh, honey, good grief, get over
Good
it. Like
grief.
push through it." Yeah,
Mhm, darling.
darling, come on.
Good grief.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously want to have the show. I don't know, like real hopes in it. I want to host SNL. That's on my like top 2 things.
I feel that for you.
Because I really wanted to be on SNL, and then I never got it. And
Did you
so-
test or audition
Yeah, I mean, early, but I never got to SNL. Yeah,
in front of Lauren?
I never tested in front of Lauren.
I did that.
You did, of course you did. Oh God. I would do like the Just for Laughs and all that shit, but I did never test it. But this is so embarrassing. God damn it! I can't believe I'm sharing
baby.
this.
Come on. I should pour you more whiskey.
I know I had a drink and now I'm loose.
Do you want more or you're done? You don't have to.
I mean, I've got a little left.
Okay.
My high school yearbook quote. This is so embarrassing. Your
Yeah.
fans are gonna be so brutal
No,
about
they're
this.
going to love it.
It was live from New York. It's Saturday night. Because I always believe if you write shit down, it happens. And I want you to know. So I was like, oh, in high school, I was like, I'm funny. I'm going to write this down.
Yeah.
Moved to New York, da-da-da-da. But now I'm like, okay, fuck it. I now making my own success. I just want to host SNL. Like
I think that's smart.
I think I could do it.
I absolutely believe in you.
I'm writing movies. Like I'm doing all this shit. I might as well just host it instead.
I in my heart of hearts
Yeah.
of hearts, I believe you can.
Oh, thank you, Andrew.
Well, your skill is right. Your vibe is good. The mood the way you are is very like, you've got a great warmth about you. So I just think you have the perfect thing to want someone to want to watch you host something.
Yeah. I just need to be in a Marvel franchise.
Ah,
so that
fuck
way I'm a
that.
big enough star so they'll let me.
No, Phoebe Waller-Bridger's. How do I always fuck up her fucking name?
Phoebe
Fleabag.
Yeah. And of course, I'm going out and like pitching when I was pitching my show, which is, it's a comedy. I hate when people are like, these are dark comedies and the show's really fucking depressing, but there's like one awkward joke. Like mine's a comedy about dark shit. And everyone, you have to compare everything to Fleabag. You know,
I
they're
mean,
like, is this like a Fleabag? You know?
That's what they want to see. Yeah, that's what they want
So
to.
they're like, okay, so like, is the vibe Fleabag?
How
I'm like,
baggy is it?
How baggy is it?
But
yeah.
to be honest, it's one of the best shows I've ever seen
It
in my
is
fucking
amazing.
life. I think she made absolute stunning television.
When
Like that's, I just want her to, when people get knighted,
yeah, I want her to get
I
knighted.
want her to get whatever America's version is that.
Yeah.
What do we do? Give you a hot dog? What do we give you? Diabetes? I don't know what we do in America.
Yes, we actually give you insulin.
Insulin, yeah.
And we're like, here you go. Now you're a type 2.
What's America's knighting? What do we do? What would be our royal version of giving a blessing? The president does like a
Like a pinning ceremony.
oh,
You get a
fucking,
purple
that's not
heart.
cool.
It's not.
No, we need something more cool.
It's
Because
something
a fucking queen with a sword that's how cool is that?
something like you get a year pass to like Six Flags, you know, or like
How many parks
water
can you go
park.
to? A multiple, right?
You can go all over.
You can go to any Six Flags in the
Yes, you
United
can go to
States.
Six Flags.
Holy
over
shit.
Georgia, over Texas. You can go to Schlitterbahn, the water park.
Schlitterbahn.
Yeah, you can go to the water park.
and you get the fast pass. You go right to the front.
Full fast pass.
Full pass. Jesus Christ. I think that's worth
Should
it.
we run for office?
Yeah. You
So these are the things that we're gonna do. We're gonna start a golf hosting.
show.
I'll host SNL. You'll
Mhm.
quit acting.
100%.
We'll start our porn company.
Yes. I feel like that we're off to a really good start.
And we have a very entrepreneurial spirit. When's your birthday?
October 16th.
Oh, okay.
Coming around the corner.
Yeah, you are.
What are you getting me?
I don't know. What do you want? I'm going to get you a bunch of free shit
Yeah.
that gets sent to me, like the beauty products, and then I'll send it to you.
Let me do a makeup tutorial.
Yes.
Send me all the
Let's
makeup
do
and I'll
it.
do a makeup tutorial.
I bet you would slay.
I had
eat a face.
Trixie Mattel. Trixie came on the podcast and she said she was going to give me a makeup tutorial, and we never did it, Trix.
Yeah.
So I'm still a little bit annoyed about that because I wanted to know her expertise on drag makeup. She
Right.
was going to show me how to do it, but we never did it, which I was a little fucking annoyed about.
Well,
and I want to do it. I want to learn makeup
I can teach you.
because you do it. Yours is good.
Thank you.
We're going to start all this stuff, and I hope it comes true. I feel like maybe we're putting it out. And also on the SNL front,
Yeah.
I think your goal is right.
The goal is right.
I
Yeah.
think hosting it is cooler for you because you're already doing your own thing.
Yeah. I've now decided I don't necessarily need to be a part of the pack. I'm going to do my own thing. But then I
Yeah.
just want to have that moment where I can say, do my opening monologue. Like I dream about that. That's,
Do you have it written already?
well, they're definitely going to have to incorporate the fact that my high school yearbook quote was live from New York on Saturday night.
Amazing.
And I never got to audition. Like I got to like the second round, but I never got to the stage. How was
Right.
testing? Was it amazing?
Yeah, it was neat. It was very cool. Yeah, you'll never feel that. No, it was very cool. It
I
was
mean, I've
very
submitted
nice.
packets. My manager and agents
Yeah.
now are like, they're like, do you want to do that? I'm like, yeah, if they called me tomorrow, of course, I'd be on the stage,
Yeah,
just jizz in my pants.
I would never do it again. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that. I like the acting thing right now. I really like that. That I love. And
I
may
don't
have
want to
mi-
audition anymore. I'll be honest
you
with you.
should never.
And I'm not there just yet. Like, I'm still a little bit new. So they're like, we want to see you on tape. Like, that is where my soul goes to die, but I do it. Do you think that, like, eventually, no, these
I
are
still
not.
do tapes.
You do? Okay, good.
Of course I do.
And you've been
yeah.
on, like, hit shows.
Yeah, but I still do tapes.
Okay, good.
But I also I prefer to meet with the people. If they say, "Can we see him on tape?" I would say, "Can I
meet with you?"
I'd rather see you and you see me in person,
Or send a photo of your butthole.
which I do.
right.
Which I've
And
sent-
that's why.
That's why I'm on hit shows.
There you go.
No, I'm not. I'm on one show that does well. But also, the tribulations of the other stuff. I fucking did anything to get roles. I would work so hard to get roles, and then
Yeah.
you're so proud of them. And I guess that's the other thing about acting. When you ask, like, do I like it? I love it. I
Yeah.
do really love it. I'm not
Yeah,
trying
it
to say
brings
I
you
don't.
so much joy.
But it's really hard sometimes when like you put your heart into something and it doesn't go the way you want or turn out well, or it gets fucking just shitted on, and you're like, well, fuck off, because they can't do that with stand up. With stand up, it's like they came to see me.
It's me. I'm the one controlling it.
Yeah.
Well, and there's also so many other factors, right?
Right.
With a TV show, was the budget? One of the lead actors wanted more money, so
Right.
now they're going to cancel it. It's not just about whether or not the writing's good, the acting's good,
No.
and that's why comedians are good at golf, right? Because the only person we have to blame at the end of the day is ourselves.
It's me.
And I can fight with myself. I can pick the wrong tools. I can set up the wrong joke. Didn't tee it up high enough. Went too fast in the backswing.
Slow down.
It's the same thing as comedy.
But you know what they say in golf? The
What?
best way to regain yourself is to slow down. You're rushing. Slow down.
You're right.
Isn't this what you're doing?
You're right.
We're getting this wonderful metaphor out of these golf
We
analogies.
really are.
You need to slow down because you're putting out great stuff and you're making great content and you're doing great.
Yeah.
Slow down. Enjoy it.
Slow down.
Do you indulge ever?
Indulge like
Do you
go on
spoil
vacation.
yourself with something?
With a lot of massages.
That's good.
Can
but
I tell you?
give-
I buy I bought a car and I have a nice house, but I don't spend money on the tchotchke shit. I just
Yeah.
get rubbed down 7 days a week,
Do you 7 days a week?
and honestly, 3 days a week.
Love it.
My love language is just a deep tissue.
Ooh.
I could sit in a food court in a mall in the valley and let the line cook from Panda Express rub my shoulders. I don't give a fuck who's doing it. I like a stranger rubbing me. Is that weird?
Yeah, but the Panda Express guy is kind of strange. I don't know if he's qualified to rub your back.
But if he just rolled up and he had a handful of samples, and then I was just
Oh,
sitting there
feeding
eating
you
my
up.
salad, and he was like, "Do
get
you
it.
want me to rub your shoulders?" I'm like, "Yeah, go for it."
I get it. I'd want the Sbarro guy.
Yeah.
I'd want the pizza boy to just
Yeah.
a sexy little pizza
A
boy.
little
with it.
Sbarro moment.
And I'm like, is that shirt too tight? Take it off just in case. I don't want you to be.
And he doesn't have to come out with coconut oil. He's already got grease on the fingers, so it's
Exactly.
lubed up.
See?
What do you
Ooh.
indulge in?
Nothing. Honestly, almost nothing. And
Really?
it's really sad. Yeah, golf. Golf is the only thing I get to disappear on.
Yeah.
But I don't have any spoils. I don't really do the thing where I'm I started to do vacations,
Right.
and then the world shut down. And now when are we gonna get to vacation? I don't know if
I'm
it's
going on vacation.
You are. Where
I
you
am.
going?
I'm going to Italy.
Where are you going in Italy?
I'm gonna go to Florence.
I feel like we have to say this so people don't know that you're gonna go
Yeah. No, it's fine.
in Florence.
Yeah. Well, I've tried to reschedule my wedding 65 fucking times because I was a COVID bride. And technically, I got legally married to my husband at the end of last year because our accountant was like, "You got to."
Wait a
but-
minute. So you had your wedding during Roni?
No, we literally just had to go to the courthouse and lock it up right before like New Year's.
Oh my god.
Because we had to get that tax situation set up.
Oh,
you know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? That joint file
for the government.
for the government.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm supposed to get married next year in Italy, but I've rescheduled this 6 times. So who the fuck knows what's gonna happen? But I love Italy. I thrive there. Yeah.
Sicily, though, is my favorite.
Oh, fucking! I've never been to Sicily.
I'm a southern scumbag. I'm from there, so my family's there. So it's just kind of like I know the Italians don't really like Sicily, but
My family's from up north, so that
I know
makes
we
sense.
don't. Yeah,
yeah.
we're
We got some family from Positano, like down there, but
Yeah.
not Sicilians. It's a different thing.
Go ahead and say what you want to say.
I want to go to Sicily.
It's beautiful, man. Saracusa. There's something about it that to me is just. I like the culture down there. I just think it's a little bit different, and also
Yeah.
because northern Italy is nice, but it's just like it's overwhelmed. And
Yeah.
everyone is like, let's go to Rome, and then you go to.
I'm
Rome
not
and
a
you're
big
like,
Rome fan.
Jesus Christ, yeah, it's the
Not a
worst.
big Rome fan.
You go outside of Rome, and we landed, and I was jet lagged so much, and he wanted to see the fucking Colosseum, and I was like, okay.
Yeah,
So we go, and there's like Indian guys outside selling water,
yeah.
and it's the most weird thing to hear. Just like what, and you're just like, I just want to go inside this fucking old stadium.
Or you get like attacked by gypsies, and
Oh,
now,
yeah.
and now apparently you're not allowed to say gypsies. I'm like, no.
Wait, you
But-
can't?
No, apparently you can't. They're travelers. But I said a gypsy is a woman who attacks you outside of the Rome train station and tries to steal your purse. It's happened to me multiple times.
That's a gypsy.
Get back, gypsy woman.
yeah. Travelers are real people.
Travelers are.
That
yes.
woman was a gypsy.
There's Irish travelers.
Yes.
That's a big thing in our culture.
yeah, big time.
Yeah,
But that woman was a gypsy.
that woman was a gypsy.
If you're a thief, you're a gypsy.
Thank you.
And by the way, we just got canceled for
We
this
did.
right now.
We 100%.
TMZ.
So guess what? All the things that we talked about, that work that we worked through, those emotions, it's all fucked up.
So, yeah. Well, we're fucked up a little bit.
We are.
To want to do this kind of stuff, it makes you a little bit fucked up, don't you think?
Can I tell you, I said that the other day. I got off stage. I had a great show, and I looked at one of my friends. I was like, why the fuck do I do this? Like, it was an outer body experience. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
why do I do this for a living and get a rush out of it?
What else would you do?
Yeah, great point.
That's what I think about all the time. I said that today. I was shooting this thing this morning.
Yeah, I saw with the kids.
With a kid, my sons. How cute are those kids?
So
Holy
cute.
fuck. And the one of them is so cute. Oh my God, he was so cute. And I said, what's your name, buddy? And I'm getting to know the young actor.
Mhm.
And he had a little bit of a speech impediment, and he spelled out his name because he knows it was hard to say. So he said Aaron, Aaron, because he
Aaron.
couldn't say it right. You know, his
Yeah,
speech.
yeah.
I wanted to just hug him so tight, but they were the sweetest. But I was in a fucking like a business. I like slacks. I was wearing
Yeah.
slacks, and they were so tight and so uncomfortable. And I said to one of the sound guys, he was walking by, and I was like, "Thank God, this is what I do is play pretend." Because if I had to be a real man and wear a pantsuit, like a
Right.
suit I'd be fucking miserable. I don't want to wear that shit. It was so uncomfortable. My ass is kind of chunky from my. I'm like,
I've got broad shoulders. I could not be in a
It's a
blazer.
fucking
Like an
nightmare.
Ann Taylor blazer.
Oh,
Kill me.
no way.
Also, we would never pass the HR,
No.
like the day one. Like
Day
the
one.
training, day one, I'm fucked.
They're like, Heather, why?
Yeah.
You can't call her a gypsy. They're like, well, that bitch was a gypsy.
I'm like,
yeah,
she fucking stole my
stapler.
lunch.
I didn't, and
Yeah.
and she knew that I want that idea. We would get fired right away. And I
Yeah.
think in that strict world, I thank God that we do what we do. And also, you're so good at what you do. Why do you wouldn't want to do anything else? What
I
do you-
wouldn't.
where
I
you-
mean,
where'd you
I
go?
could do sales. 'cause
No.
no, but I could do medical sales. They make so much fucking money.
Yeah, but you wouldn't
I'm
want
like
the money because you'd be
zhuzhing around with
fucking-
doctors.
You'd be bored selling medical shit.
I would be. You're right.
There's nothing wrong with people that do it. You wouldn't do
I
it.
would. I know.
It'd be hard on you.
But then you bring in lunch to the office. You're talking to doctors. Like I like a schmooze.
Hey, doc.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true, but it's also setting you up for some trouble because the doctors are going to see you,
Yeah.
big, blonde, beautiful woman. You know what I mean? They're flirting
Solid
with you.
toes.
It's over. It's over. They've seen your feet on OnlyFans. It's over.
Exactly.
You're going to marry a doctor. Then what are you going
Yeah.
to do? Then what are you going to do about Jeff Daniels?
What am I going to do? I mean, he's living the life of Riley. Will you do me a favor? Will you poll the fans after this and be like, hey, would you pay money to see Heather's toes? Because I just need to know if there's passive income.
Comment below right
Yes,
now.
please.
Comment below on YouTube.
Yeah.
And if you're just listening to the podcast, get on the YouTube and comment on that. Would you like to see Heather's toes? Are your feet on the internet at all?
No. And I have a pretty
You got nice.
square
You have nice toes.
I have really nice ankles. I have a nice ankle foot ratio.
Oh.
Yeah, very like a slender ankle, but I have a wider foot. But I've gotten catcalled before because of
How
my feet.
big are your feet?
They're big. They're size 10.
Yeah, men love the big
Yeah.
money makers in the
Yeah.
foot fed world. Gotta have big feet.
Gotta have big feet.
6s and 7s, get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Gotta be 8+.
I mean, I've gotten actually like, and I like a cat call as long as you're not physically aggressive. Like when you're like, chivalry's dead. I don't want that to go away. Like if I'm walking down the street and you're like, damn, girl, I want to suck those toes. I feel good about myself.
Because you got hot toes.
I got hot toes.
As long as it doesn't feel physically threatening.
Right. As long as you don't invade my space. If you're on
Right.
the other side of the street and I can be like, thanks, babe, and keep going and then like get on the bus, I'm good.
First of all, you're not getting on
I'm
the
not getting on
fucking
the
bus.
bus.
Yeah, you're not getting on the bus.
I'm getting in my Jetta.
What's the rudest cat call that you've had?
Well, it wasn't rude, but a man came, and it wasn't really rude at all, but a man came up to me after a show once, and he was like, damn, girl, never lose your groceries.
Ooh.
And I had to think about it, and I go, I'm so sorry, what do you mean? Like, literally took the time. He's like, yeah, I had to think about it, didn't you? He's like, your melons. And then he just left, and he, like, peeled off, like, rolled off me, and I was
he
like...
got on the bus.
He got on the bus.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
no doubt.
Yeah. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but it still made me think. I mean, does anybody really yell at you like, you got a lazy eye, bitch? Nobody does that.
New York.
Yeah, New York. Yeah.
Well, they'll say something nice and then they'll say something not nice. They'll say something gross.
Yeah.
And if you don't give them any response, then they're like, whatever, bitch.
Yeah.
You know, one leg is longer than the other one. You know that if you don't turn around and go, okay,
Yeah.
you know, if you don't give them a little something, something.
Yeah.
How come we don't get catcalled? I would like to. It'd be nice if a woman
I
said
would
something
love to
degrading to me.
catcall.
Well, you should degrade men sometimes.
You're okay.
We've been doing it for so long. It's your
Yeah.
turn.
Okay.
I want women to start saying stuff. You know,
Like, you've got tender eyes.
Yeah.
Something like that.
or no, degrade me.
Okay.
You know, nice ass, ginger bitch. Let me feel that.
Okay, I'll
if
do
a
it.
woman yelled at me, I
Yeah.
would be like, oh, fuck yeah. You
yeah,
know?
and then you're going to turn around and fucking sue me. Litigious. I know your type.
I'm calling your sister.
Yeah, call my sister.
Did you feel wronged?
Yeah.
Did a blonde call you something mean?
Call you a ginger bitch.
A ginger
and then run you
bitch.
over with her car. Oops.
Yeah, no, I think it's time for women to catcall men. That's how I feel. I think
Okay.
it's time for women to like be kind of the aggressors in that regard.
Okay.
You know, not Bumble. What's the one where? Yeah, Bumble is the one where the woman asks the man.
Yes.
Hinge.
No, I think it's Bumble. Bumbles.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Whoever initiates first.
We're not on them.
I wasn't in the game.
Yeah, I wasn't in the game.
But I, whatever that one is, I thought that was cool. I want them to take that to the newer level where women are the aggressors. And you know what? Sometimes like a woman will hit on me on the internet,
Yeah.
and like if it's super aggressive, sometimes I'm like, yo, props, thank you.
Yes.
No, I can't. No, thank you.
Yeah.
But also keep doing this.
And-
Go out there and
Mhm.
fucking shoot your shot at men because guys shouldn't have to do it all the time.
I particularly like specifically black men give the best. Like I love it because they're very specific in what they want. I
Right.
feel like white guys kind of like teeter around. They're like, I kind of want to skin you and wear you, but black guys are like, I want to tickle your toes and make you spaghetti. And you're like, that sounds like an amazing evening. You know, like it's just very
Yeah.
specific.
Yeah. White
Yeah.
guys do want to wear your skin a little bit.
A lot of Saudi men, you know, Middle Eastern.
They want to wear your
That
skin.
what they do. Well, they're like, be my bride, kind of.
Let
yeah.
me own you.
Yeah, but white guys. Sometimes you get a Trevor. You get one Trevor.
What does he say?
Just something creepy, you
Something
know.
unfortunate.
Yeah, and it's not even like it's just like I wonder what your hair smells like. And
Can
you're
I
like,
keep your hair?
Yeah.
That's so fucked up.
And then I give him my number, and I'm like, "Here's my number. Call me. Here's my address.
Send a dick pic to my husband.
Send a dick pic to my husband, and we're Gucci."
All right, here's something I want to try.
Mm-hmm.
Open your requests of your DMs right now,
Okay.
and will you read me one awkward hitting on you thing?
Yeah.
Because I feel like you do get gross, weird ones.
No, I really don't. Hold on.
Do you not
Okay.
get a weirdo guy that says weird stuff?
Can I? Well, I do every now and then, but it's mostly women. Like I get a lot of
Would
women.
you get hit on by women?
Oh, I do. I love a power lesbian.
But do they hit? But are they? What do they say? Like, what's their move? Are they like, listen, dude, I'm really looking to see if I can get you involved in my
Okay,
world.
but these are the requests from like the last hour.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a lot.
It's a
always
lot of women.
I get a lot of guys. I do get a lot of guys.
Yeah. Do you get a lot of
I
guys?
get a lot of guys. A lot of guys that are a lot of guys saying whatever, but I also get guys sometimes that say, you know, this is common. Okay, gay guy, you're gay. A lot of people just call me gay. I get called gay very often.
It's a real
on this.
positive on my end. They're like, "Girl, love the hair." You
yeah,
know,
yours are sweet and fun.
they are sweet and
Mine
fun.
are just like, shut up, gay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a
gotta get
matchmaker, and so I put up a lot of like my single friends who are guys. I
Oh.
put them up. So if you have any single friends, I have a strong female following.
Throw them to you.
Yeah, please, literally, if you're like, yo, I got 10 dudes in comedy that are single,
Perfect.
send them my way. I will put them up, and then I let the ladies do the work. I literally am like, ladies, you have to reach out to them. I put them up. I've,
Does this work so far?
I've had 4 people who are engaged.
Holy
4.
shit.
I'm officiating a bunch of weddings next year because I've like guys from high school that I would put up that were single, and
You
they
taking
found
a fee for this?
I should.
Yeah, you fucking should.
I should.
As much as you're that like
Yeah.
you're making lives happen.
Mm-hmm.
You're birthing generations.
Yeah, I get a high off of it. I do. I just love putting people together. I'm a networker, a connector.
You really are. I want you to start. I want you to
It
start.
probably seems like
taking
I
it.
took an Adderall today. I'm sorry, I didn't. It's
No,
just,
I like it.
It's refreshing to sit
I like
down
it because
and
I work today, so I
Yeah.
feel like I'm a little tired. Because when I work,
Yeah,
Papa gets a little tired.
Mama gets,
Papa gets a little tired.
Daddy gets so tired.
Daddy gets tired. And also, I ate vegetarian again, and I'm trying to.
How's that?
It's really hard.
Yeah, it's really hard.
I
And
don't-
honestly,
I don't like it.
I don't like it
I
either.
don't fucking like it. But I'm trying. Just because I was eating so much red meat that I was like, all right,
Yeah.
let me just calm down a little bit.
And then on the other end, when they're like keto, I'm like, I can't eat. I'm
That's
Italian.
insane.
I cannot eat processed salami all day and just hard blocks of cheddar. I can't do it.
Fuck, I can feel my fart. Like
Yeah.
I can feel my body. It just farts out how sad and fucked up I feel. I do feel better when I eat at least one meal a day vegetarian. I will say that because
Smart.
for years, dude, I'm a Midwest kid.
Yeah.
For years, I've been eating like sausage, eggs, or bacon and eggs in the morning with as much coffee as I can put inside of my body.
Yeah.
Lunch is always like a sandwich or a salad, but there's meat in those things. And then dinner's always a meat.
And I'm more of a mayonnaise-based dip kind of gal.
Oh, yeah.
Like if I come to your house, you have a spinach dip, a pimento, maybe a French onion, and there's not full-fat mayonnaise or sour cream. I'm walking out of your home
I'm
and
going to get it.
and I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
So
Give me your dips.
ooh, okay.
Top dip. What are we talking?
Top dip's pimento. It's got to be good pimento though.
Okay.
Homemade pimento cheese. Then I'm gonna go French onion.
Mm.
Then a warm spinach dip.
By the way, pause real fast.
Yeah.
French onion with Lay's original potato chips.
Absolutely.
Is there a beat? Is there a
There's
fucking
nothing
combo
better.
that wins?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And people try and elevate it with like a pita chip. No.
Get the
I want a
fuck
ruffle.
out of here.
Yeah.
I want to
ridges.
feel it. Oh,
Yeah.
the ruffles with ridges. Give it to me.
Yeah.
Pita chip. Take a fucking walk, pita chip.
Get out of here.
You too much chip.
It's too much chip.
And it's too thick. I don't need a pillow chip.
Too crunchy. I
Yeah.
want it to melt with the fat of the mayonnaise
Fact.
in the mouth.
The chip's supposed to complement the dip. It's
Yeah.
not supposed to be about the chip. Stop showing off, chip.
Could not agree
All right,
with you
so
more.
then we go pimento.
Pimento, French onion.
onion.
Then I'd probably hit a warm spinach dip, specifically from a place called Houston's. Y'all have it here,
We
South
do.
Beverly Grill.
We do.
That I fuck that up. Like when
It's
I'm
so
homesick,
good.
that's what I want. I want a spinach dip.
That shit is bomb. Do you with spinach and artichoke? Or no, you don't want the artichoke?
Yeah, no, I want spinach and artichoke.
Okay.
You could put spinach and, loose semen in there and I'm going to eat it. I don't care.
They
yeah.
have that.
Yeah.
There is a place in West Hollywood that does that.
Yeah.
It's called Bender's. There is a place that does that.
And I'm
Yeah.
ready. We should go there afterwards.
We will. So that, and then what's the one that you like not the biggest fan of, but you're still gonna eat it if it's at the party?
Okay. Well, one, I don't fuck with any sort of rotel. Like I don't. Okay, this is my one weird thing. I don't like fake cheese.
Yeah, fake cheese.
Like
is
any kind of
bullshit.
Velveeta, Kraft Singles is my biggest fear.
Get the fuck
If
out
you
of
want to
here.
fuck with me, put Kraft Singles like on my pillow, and I will. I can't even smell it. So I'm not gonna fuck with that. But if it's at a party and I'm like drunk enough, I will still take it like a Tostito scoop and scoop into.
You'll have it.
I'll have it. Yeah, but with American cheese, I won't fuck with that.
Get out of here.
And I don't like a 7-layer dip. Too many layers.
What are we doing?
Unless you're mixing it up.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I don't need it.
I don't need it.
It's
I don't.
a lot.
I don't like it. It's all cold. Why are the beans cold? Why are there black olives in it? I'm not fucking with it.
Just give me the guacamole.
Give me the guacamole.
Give me the fucking guacamole,
Thank you.
please.
You get it.
My top on the list though is pub cheese. I just pub,
Oh, I love a pub cheese.
fuck
though.
me. Pub cheddar cheese is
Yeah.
like holy shit. A friend brought it over. My friend Michelle brought it over. I was like, oh man, I shouldn't eat this because like I'm about to go to work the next day, and like whenever I eat too much and drink too much and I get on camera, then I feel sad and I
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
They're like, play back. I'm like, don't play back. I want to
Please.
see it. I don't
Yeah.
want to see it.
Yeah.
But I took a couple of bites of pub cheese, and by the end of it, it was almost gone. And my
Yeah.
dog was looking up at me like,
And I'm all or nothing.
yeah,
I'm either on a 5-day cleanse because I hate myself because I'm preparing for something, or I'm face down, ass up at just like Casa Vega. You know what I mean? Just fucking it up.
that's how we're supposed to live.
That's how we are supposed to live.
Moderation is cool, but it's fucking boring.
It is boring. And even when I tried, like I'm a confident woman, but even when I tried to like get at my thinnest, I still know like I wasn't ever thin. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna be like juicy and own a porn company and put feet pick out there and have my pimento cheese dip.
And you're a bad bitch. You're gonna keep killing it like that. And you know
I
what? If
hope
anybody has
so.
a problem with it, they can fucking fight
Suck
you.
it.
They can fight you first.
They actually
Suck it.
see me in the streets
See this motherfucker in the streets, ho.
at the Beverly Center.
Yeah, eating
Yeah.
at Beverly Grill or at Houston's eating that dip,
That's right.
bitch.
Bitch.
All right, we end the episode.
Yeah.
I could talk to you for about 5 hours
Yeah.
straight. It's unfucking real. You're so wonderful. I hope people go
thank you
see
for
you
having
on
me.
tour.
Yeah.
Your tickets are still available. I was looking at your tour right now.
Yeah.
You're pushing some tickets, mama.
We are. We're going
Mama's
places.
pushing some ticks.
Go to HeatherOnTour.com.
Heather on tour. This is our
Yeah.
Sebastian.
Yeah.
Go to HeatherOnTour.com. We'll put it in the description below. Go see her live.
Please do.
This comes out a week from tomorrow. So where are you going to be in the next ensuing couple of weeks?
I'll be in Vegas Labor Day weekend. So perfect.
hell
Playing the
yeah,
Mirage. Come see
baby.
me.
Come see me, baby.
I'll take my top off.
Are you really going to do? Don't do that. Don't
No, I won't.
Don't give it away for free.
I won't.
But go see her. She might.
I might show you an areola.
She might take one nip out. But go to say your website again.
HeatherOnTour.com.
HeatherOnTour.com.
Yeah.
Please go see her live. We end the episode the same way. You look into that camera right there, and you say one word or one phrase. It's going to close the episode when you're ready. It's going to close out the whole. This is going to be cemented in history. So one word or one phrase.
Absolutely yes.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.